This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. Get a dot to your top like the letter I. That bitch be lowercase, all of my soldiers straight. If I tell them to shoot, then they gon' shoot, and they ain't even asking which soul to take. You see Noodle and crew, then you better move, cause you're...
Welcome, chat. We are going to be covering today's MapFights tournament. It's their 4th of July tournament. It's a blowout, so it's going to be back-to-back matches. I got Samurai Faith doing comms with me today. I'll let him explain some of the rules, because there's a few.
How y'all doing today, chat? What's going on? Yes, welcome to the MapFights 4th of July blowout tourney. The rules are pretty straightforward and simple. The rule setup is going to be as straightforward as possible. It's going to be encounter battle, best of 5 on random maps. So no team is able to prepare themselves or their team for what map they're going to get. This first round matchup is going to be between the Junkyard Mafia, JYM, and US Canada, USCAN, going at it in tier 7s. The rule setup is straightforward as well. What this setup is, there is no more than 3 of the same name tank. If a team rocks more than 3 of the same name, the match will play out, but that team will be slapped with a loss. There will be a grand total of a 10-minute timer. Both teams have, the only way for either team to win is to either kill all or cap the base. There will be no draws or a tank being allowed to just run away and try to hide, so the timer runs out and we get the game to decide. So if that happens, the match will get replayed, which I don't think any teams are going to be trying to do this kind of crap and craziness, but you never know. So I've put rules in place to prevent the stupidity. The sides will not get flipped. The only difference will be the maps.
Sweet. Sounds like it's going to be a blast. So we're going to start out with USCAN versus JYM today. 10-minute delay. So chat, sorry, not going to be able to really communicate with you. Everything you see is going to be way after it's happened. So really appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, and hopefully you enjoy the games.
Yep. I mean, this one, Noodle, I think is going to... This one I've touted as probably going to be one of the more interesting ones, because USCAN is actually in our pro league, and I permitted them to participate in the tournament, and they're going up against pretty much one of the 3 main powerhouses down in the lower league. So I think this matchup between JYM could possibly be a best of 5, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, so I spent a little bit of time in MapFights, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 8 months ago. I know about JYM. I know they've been around MapFights for a long time. They kind of dominate a little bit, I guess. I'm not really as familiar with USCAN. I have seen them in other tournaments that I've been a part of, like Global for World of Tanks console. So I know that they're a rather large clan. I think they may be one of the largest, right? They hold, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 different tags.
You've got, I think they hold 2. You've got USCAN, which is their main one, which has about 100 members the last I checked, and then you have USCAN 2.
Oh, okay.
So they're a mix of Canadian and USA teams.
Gotcha. That's pretty dope, especially with chat. Yesterday was, Canada Day, and then this weekend we're all celebrating 4th of July in America.
It's going to be interesting, and we have got a confirmed green light from both teams. Wait, hold on. One, 2, 3.
Yeah, and chat, you're going to have to bear with us when we get in the game. There's a lot of tanks in here. I'm going to let Samurai, kind of call out the tanks and introduce for Team 2, which is going to be JYM, and then I'll handle USCAN. They're using...
Hold on 1 second. We've got a mess up on JYM's side. They lost one of their players who accidentally backed out multiple times.
No biggie. They're using the, we used to call it Fog of War in comp. You would just kind of spectate everybody and then unspectate. Now the game has put in a feature built into custom battles where it'll just tell you that you're ready and then you can launch. So we won't actually even see the tanks until we get in the battle. So it'll be a little bit hard for us to call out the person and the tank they're playing at the very beginning, but we'll get it done.
Um,
Is that the person that keeps dropping out elite?
no, that's USCAN side. JYM lost a guy.
Oh, okay. JYM lost a guy.
Okay, his internet died.
Oof.
See if they've got an issue waiting.
Gotta love the internet.
Okay, he's coming back now. So there we go. Okay, we're gonna lock her down. Let him pick his tank, and then we'll be launching it off. I'm interested to see their lineup and what map they're gonna get.
Yeah, the whole random map thing is pretty neat. This is very out of the ordinary for comp, and I love it. Doesn't give a team a chance to practice a map. So
Yes, and the big thing for this one is JYM is actually the defending champs from last year's 4th of July blowout tournament. So it's going to be fun to see if they can defend their title.
Yeah, chat. So, oh well, we're gonna go ahead and go. So I'll talk to you about the bracket after this match, chat.
We got Fisherman's Bay. This is going to be interesting.
Rough.
It is going to be a rough one. But
all right, so I'm going to try to catch these tanks real quick before they all dip out. On US Can side, we got Super Buno and the AMX 1375. We got Demon Lord Legion and the T23E3. We got Unto Don 86 and the T29. Gino I can't say that, whatever it is. T23E3. See if I'm missing some. Here we go. We got the Splendid Daddy and the Minuteman. We got Blitzwing and the Minuteman. We have Wooten and the Minuteman. Ghost in the T29. Harley Quinn in the T29. Thought I missed. Here we go. Yep. And we have Crusader, or she's downloaded in the Crusader SP Artie.
All right, and on JYM side, we've got Great Graham in the Talon. We've got Chaffee Stream 41 in the Minuteman. We've got SFX Forza X in the Minuteman. We've got, of course, Wolverine in his LTG. We've got Terminator in his Minuteman. We've got Rasani 11 in the T29. We've got a winning Doggo in the T23E3. We've got the Phantom and Melano 46 up in the Sue 122 44s. And we've got Terrible Ducky in the last Sue 122 44. Now, they do got, JYM has sent Terrible Ducky off on his own over on the left side. That might be beneficial, but USCAN with the Artie, that might help him.
Yeah, that Artie's going to be kind of big here. Right off the beginning, we had, Super Bruno for USCAN try to push out, get a little spots. He did meet the LTG, the light tank on JYM's side, put a couple of shots in him, nothing severe. JYM's kind of got a little defensive setup going on. They're going to push through the city, which they're definitely going to get the overmatch, get around and get some side shots on these guys. USCAN needs to try to get this position fixed.
They definitely do, because they did no spotting down the one line. So you've got Terrible Ducky already down almost to the A line, and you've got Melano pushing up right now as well.
And he's completely unspotted at this point. Oh, he might be spotted.
Super Bueno now pushed over. So that's going to be, he's probably now spotted him. Yeah, definitely. There's no way he couldn't have spotted Melano now. But the big, Ducky just got obliterated.
Wow.
So, yeah, he definitely got spotted big time on that one.
He did get spotted, and USCAN did get their Artie out. He took a shot, but he's in a pretty safe place now. USCAN did move a couple of heavies down on the southern side to block the city push. Two T29, or no, wait, a T29 and a Minuteman. I don't know if they can hold off JYM's push in the city, but JYM's being very passive with it right now. They're risking bleeding here. We'll see what plays out.
Yeah, I think with Graham and that Talon, Yeah, I think they're going to lose their other TD now because they've sent both mediums. I think JYM may have made the mistake of slamming the Talon over on that end of the city. I think they should have put that Talon down into the one line personally to possibly be a buffer for the two TDs they decided to push down, because
He's losing that TD now.
Yeah, they're going to lose it with the E3s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there he goes.
USCAN's map rotation here is really well, and I've noticed their focus fire on that light tank when he comes over. 3 or 4 different tanks are shooting at him. They're not hitting, but they're definitely focusing on the light when he does come. USCAN is going to make a push down here now with these mediums and light.
Yep, and looks like JYM's now going to push through the city. Yep, they got some tanks. They're going to try and put some, looks like some cat pressure on now, getting Rasani up into the middle, especially with that T-29, that hauled down position. Oh, and they got to make that shot count.
JYM did make the push through the city and take out the other two.
Yeah, that's a good definite. Rasani's got a wide open side shot on this T-29. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, they're going to start focusing him out here.
Yep. Yep, there it is. They're gonna, JYM is definitely gonna lose that other E3. They're E3 now, so it's now it's gonna be an overmatch on that E3, because I think that's the auto loading one, right?
Yeah, USCAN made a weird push here. I mean, they were down a little bit of hit points, all 3 of them were, and they came into 2 tanks that were full. So they lost this exchange here. He was able to get 2 tanks out, and he did get the SU-122 down. But he's going to go out here. They're going to take that. JYM's definitely got the map control here. Hit points-wise, USCAN is actually up on hit points.
Yes,
but that's because they got 2 full health Minuteman, which chat can clean this field up. What the kicker's going to be is this TD now behind them that's going to get free farms. So they're going to have to decide what they want to take shots from here.
Yeah, I think JYM did a great rotation once they lost those 2 TDs, and having Wolverine and a winning doggo actually push over and assist that other 122, because if they didn't do that, it probably would have definitely been a USCAN W right there.
Yeah, USCAN started out strong. Their map rotation was pretty good. They kind of bled, getting into these positions. They bled, and they wasn't able to go into the exchanges with as much health. GG's to JYM. That was a really close battle there. JYM did a good job at cleaning up the early mistake with the light tank coming over, getting popped. They sent 2 TDs down one line, that really got lit. So GG's JYM.
I'll go down it. For JYM, you've got Terminator and his Minuteman with 5 kills, 2,389 damage. Greg Graham definitely putting in some work with that talent, doing 2,332, followed up by SFX Forza and the other Minuteman putting out 1,573. That damage spread right there definitely helped JYM. USCAN, there are 2 E3s at the top. Their damage spread, I think, was not really good. I think that's what ended up costing them, because once you pass that second E3, it tapers down badly.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the T-29 did clean it up with 2 kills, 1 kill from the Minuteman. I mean, getting those kill shots in are key. Getting a gun out of the game is nice.
It definitely is. So I mean, we're going to see what they do with this second go round, especially considering now they saw Fisherman's Bay. That was a definite interesting, because Fisherman's Bay is like, I hate that map on Encounter in pub.
Yeah, over on USCAN side, we got Gina in the T-23 E3 with 2 kills, 2,100 damage at the top of their board here. We got Demon in the E3, 1 kill, 1,070 damage. Linda and the Minuteman with 900, and then it just kind of drops off from there. I mean, it looked like they had good focus fire. Their shots just wasn't hitting. You can see a lot of shots fired. Yeah, nice try for USCAN. We'll move on to the next round.
A good try. It definitely was. like I said to you originally, I thought that was an interesting push on JYM, and I thought that might have been what would have sealed their fate of a loss, but JYM pulled it up
For sure.
and did a good job, and we've got the confirmed ready. Do you want to talk about the bracket real quick, and then I'll launch it up?
Yeah. So, chat on the bracket, the way this is going to work today is we've got, the original, and then there'll be a loser. So we're going to do this match, JYM versus US Can, and they'll move on. The winner of this match will move on to the next round to face Arad. I think's how you say that. Am I right? Arid? Arid. And then we're going to cover SW versus CDN. And the winner of that match will move on to fight KF in 1. And then we'll move down to a loser's bracket, and then we'll finally get to the final after the loser's bracket.
Actually, switch that up, Noodle. It'll go whoever wins between JYM USCAN will move up to Arid. Then we'll cover the SW CDN. Then we'll cover the Arid and the winner of this match up here. And then we'll move and cover the KFM1 and the winner of the SW. Then we'll cover the loser bracket.
Oh, okay. Got you. Cool deal. So anyway, chat, either way you look at it, we're looking at about 9 battles or so. So should be fun.
Yeah, and being best of 5s. Ooh, Sand River. I don't even remember where the flag spawns on this, actually.
It's in a very unique spot. It really is going to depend, how JYM respond to set up their attack here. Because honestly, US Can starts off with a pretty good side of the cap, so we'll see what happens. Same tank lineup for the most part out of US Can.
Looks like about the same on the side of JYM. Yeah.
One big difference is US Can's going really heavy, so they got T-29s, they got 3 Minutemans, and then a Dreadnought. She's downloaded in a Dreadnought.
Ooh. See how JYM's going to play this. Okay, they're sending Wolverine, it looks like, down the middle. You've got the E3 going off over down the one line by himself with the, looks like 2 TDs going to be backing him up. Yeah, it looks like a pretty standard push that I would probably pull out too. Send the big beefy guys right down the middle.
Yeah, so I'm not real sure how this is going to work out for JYM. They've got their whole heavy lineup getting ready to push across this open middle. US Can isn't really truly set up to punish that.
No, see, the way I'm looking at them, it looks like they're expecting JYM to push that mountain region.
Yeah, they definitely thought that was going to happen. There's a huge potential. So they're going to punish that light, tracked him. He's taking another shot. He might go out here. He's gone.
Yep, there he goes. Now that's going to hurt him, I think, without the eyes, because, I mean, none of these heavy tanks that they went with really have eyes.
Yeah, but JYM's kind of put themselves in a position to really get punished down here with these heavies. We'll see. They've only gotten 1 shot in so far. Or 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got, looks like Chaffee Stream is down,
a lot of bouncing going on.
About 25% of his health has been dropped off of there. 1200 down to 978. Yeah, he took a couple good shots.
JYM's doing the better job at pinning their shots so far. And looks like JYM's marked for their medium to continue this push, which that's a really good thing. I mean, the faster that guy, and honestly, the other medium and light should link up with him. The faster they take map control, the better off they're going to be here.
Now, I think that LTG, if Wolverine has it set up, he could possibly just sit on the bait. Yep. Oh, he was spotted. Because if he can use that rock there, it's going to force USCAN to have to push over and possibly let JYM basically have free farm shots on him. But he's got to be able to knock it up. Yep, they got the talent on there, and yeah, he's pretty much set up in a good way to where he shouldn't be able to get shot as long as he stays there.
Yeah, JYM's done that smart. Big problem is USCAN's now pushing their mediums across the south.
Yeah, oh, yep, I do see that now. They have pushed him down, so Winandalgo's going to have to get out of there because he definitely got bled pretty hard.
Well,
And yeah,
the key part is they now own a position to keep JYM off the map or off the cap completely.
yeah, they are.
Now, hopefully, USCAN plays it smart and just leaves these guys back here and doesn't push them up. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because you do have looks like JYM's rotating Melano 646 over in that Su-22, and Winandalgo, they're rotating him back to basically try to be the eyes with Great Graham down there spotting up as well. And I do believe that once the Su-22 gets in position, he should be able to start slamming shots into Demon Lord Legion, possibly if he pokes.
So USCAN getting a little bit aggressive here with this one medium going solo. He is coming in a little higher health than the JYM side, but JYM's got a TD to back him up over there, and it looks like the other TD's coming to help. The C3, you know, he pushed up without any help here.
Yep. Now he's just getting farmed by winning.
I mean, he can get into the cover. He can use that little dune. The way that dune is designed right there, he can use it for cover. But it's really going to depend on what JYM do here. They may get aggressive and just push it, which they kind of have to at this point.
Yep, they do. The only thing I don't like is in spectator mode is you can't tell the timer. That's the only thing I don't like.
I know I don't know the time of the match. And, you know, it's spectator mode, chat. Everybody that watches and plays comp knows it. The spectator HUD has made improvements, but it still needs help.
And yep, JYM is doing a full send, so I think USCAN's probably going to lose those E3s.
Yeah, if they could. Shortly. Oh, and he ammo racked him, so he's taking big hits from the side now. I was going to say if they could focus fire and maybe get one of these guys out, it could help him, but he might get it. He might get this here.
Yeah, JYM's just, this other E3 is going to get bled. JYM, again, doing a very good job getting their tanks in position, but at the same time, USCAN kind of left their mediums out to dry because you've got...
T-29 goes down up on the hill. Way overextended up there. Came over on the far side of it. Dreadnought might be able to get reloaded here. He's almost reloaded. And he might be able to get one more shot in.
I think that's the thing. I think USCAN hem themselves up. Like looking at their setup, it looked more like an NBA setup.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is critical. So, okay, the Dreadnought didn't save his shot, so they're going to end up losing this E3 down here. Dreadnought should have saved his shot for this S-22 or SU-122. I don't think the E3 is going to get this accomplished here. We'll see. He's not. But he did get a couple more shots in on him. But the big key thing is USCAN still has some decent little defense positions, and they did bleed them pretty hard over there. Yeah, see, Dreadnought was able to get that, but he's going to go out here to the Talon. But they're bled. They're all a 1 to 2 shot, with the exception of the 2 Minutemen. JYM should have pushed this T-29 up to apply some pressure to some of these guys. USCAN's still sitting in a pretty decent position to win this. We'll see what they decide here, because they're healthy. I mean, they have almost a 2,000 hit point lead. I mean, they've bled JYM.
Yeah, they did. It's going to matter on this Rassani basically over here by himself, and I think USCAN's figured out that he is by himself. But again, now JYM's going to go and apply that massive cap pressure. So now it's a matter of how quickly they push Rassani over here, because if they can get Rassani out, that pretty much will free up that whole backside for them to get those T-29, that Minuteman in position.
Yeah, they've got to push that T-29 out, and they did find a way to pin him there. T-29's playing a pretty powerful position behind this rock, and they don't have any... USCAN doesn't have a way to cross-shot this guy, so... Every time they peek that hill to try to get a reset, they take shots from the side. And I mean, you know, this guy's a one shot, but it's a T-23 E3. He fires, like what, every second and a half, 2 seconds? Can't ignore it.
No, you can't. So they are going to lose Rasani. Oh no, Terminator has rotated over to help Rasani out. So I think they might do an even exchange. They're probably going to lose Harley Quinn, but it's gonna be an even exchange, and I think they're gonna take out Terminator. Yeah, Terminator's probably gonna drop here, so it's gonna turn into an almost even exchange on their side, but they definitely got to get a cap reset, or it's gonna be for naught for them.
Yeah, they're down to 30 seconds on the cap. USCAN should win this exchange between the Minutemen if he doesn't pin or if he doesn't bounce this next shot. And he did get it.
Goes, but it's now a matter of speed. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a reset on that base now, because you figure the Minuteman is a slow mover.
At E3 is just farming over there.
Well, they did get the reset.
USCAN somehow has got a Minuteman almost full health down here. He decided to ignore the E3 and he's going for the reset, which I guess they kind of had to. I mean, they're down to 6 seconds. I don't know that they're going to make this.
No, because in custom, they got to contest it. They got to get that T-29 off, or it's... Oh, nope, they're going to...
And see...
Cam might pull this off.
I hear the battle clock counting down. I don't know what the timer is, but we're about to end the match. Wasn't able to get the talent out. So it's now USCAN up 2 to 1 or up 2 tanks over them at the end of that. How do y'all do the way that you're
the match it'll still be a 1-0 for JYM. It's a kill all or cap the base.
Kill all or cap the base. Okay. So how do y'all do that? I mean, do y'all replay it?
It'll be relaunched on a different map.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that it prevents situations from that happening. It's basically, I preset it that way so no team could either A, just delete like all the tanks and the other team just run around and say, well, the game decided, blah, blah. It's a deciding factor of you kill them all or you cap the base.
Yeah, I mean, neither of those teams played that real funky. That was a good match from both sides. It was really even matched all the way up to the end. One team would make a couple of mistakes and the other team would clean it up, and then they would switch. And then the other team would make mistakes and the other team would capitalize on it. So it was a back-to-back exchange. I think if there was probably another minute on the time clock, I think USCAN was about to clean that one up and win it. But hey, that's the rules. You got a clock.
Yeah, I did it that way just to prevent anybody having any issues or causing a problem. Because you know how some people do in their pub matches, they'll run and hide, or in a comp match, they'll go run and hide. So they can, like, for some odd reason, just survive. And also, for matches like that are, like, super close, it's like, could JYM have pulled it out? Maybe. Could USCAN have won? Maybe. It's me just trying to eliminate the maybe of it to have a definitive.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I am extremely happy that USCAN and JYM are not disappointed with what I said, that this was going to be probably the most entertaining matchup to watch as far as MapFights is concerned, because they're like two behemoths going at it.
So these two are like very evenly matched as far as their rank, standings, all that good stuff. That's the way I understand it.
Concerned, USCAN has JYM like on paper. USCAN has the better W and 8, but as far as comp experience and comp play, JYM, I think, has the W on that side. So that's where I'm saying they're going to be evenly matched, because every one of the players that Graham has brought are very experienced with comp. They're very experienced in encounter battles. They're very experienced in an assortment.
Nice, nice.
So it's going to be a definite good thing to see.
Chat, I know it'll take 10 minutes, but I really appreciate y'all dropping subs on me today. No alerts will play. I'm sorry, but I do appreciate it a lot. And thanks for all the follows. I really appreciate it.
Yep. I am not currently in there, Noodle, so if anybody gets out of hand, just have your mods boot them out.
Oh, we got that under control. I mean, we're used to a pretty full house. My mods will smack them around a little bit.
I'm sure.
We're waiting on one tank. Oh, and right as I say it, we're in another random map, chat, so we'll see what we get.
Yeah, let's see what we're going to get this time in the land of randomness from Wargaming.
Holy cow, Redshire. I mean, this should be entertaining. Tier 7s. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see if they decide to change up anything.
This encounter is in a weird, like, I don't want to say it's in a weird spot. It's kind of in a good spot in terms of competitiveness goes. But at tier 7s, I don't know. It's going to be kind of unique. And Chad, am I seeing this right? Is this a bug? Is this a T-29 with the baby gun?
Which team?
So on US Can, Ghost, I'm pretty sure he's running the baby gun on the T-29. He is, unless it's a visual glitch, but I highly doubt it.
All right, so JYM has switched up. They're pretty much running the same lineup. They've switched out Chaffee out of what he was in. He's running the M56. And I know I saw another one.
Yeah, so US Can has switched to a Lycan for their light tank, and they got a T-20 for one of their mediums, but they're still running 3 Minutemen, 3 T-29s, and a Dreadnought. So really heavy. Oh, and they got a Jackal for their other medium. I kind of like the switch up from the E3s to the Jackal and the T-20. T-20's kind of different. Okay, so their Lycan took a shot getting up here, trying to get spots. This is something that you can't really, you can't take the risk early in this match, especially on Redshire, you know? You kind of need your light tank.
You definitely do, because of the fact of how big it actually is. And
Well,
also
the DPM potential out of that Lycan, I mean, you know, in the right hands, that thing could take out that whole field.
It can. There's a reason that thing has the worst matchmaking, I think, in the game.
Let's see. Does this guy have any marks on his barrel? He does have a 1 mark on it. So JYM's going to set up to take the back half of the field here. US Can did leave a heavy behind. He's in a weird spot. I don't know if he's AFK. Oh, he's moving his barrel. I'm a little confused with his positioning, but
it looks like they're trying to just, like, not steamroll the base, but kind of steamroll the base in a way.
I mean, at tier 7, you know, the Minuteman's out of the fight back here. That could cost them in the long run. We'll see what happens. US Can does look like they're going to put cap pressure on.
Yeah, and the big thing with those M56 at tier 7, I think the only other TD that has a better steel concealment at tier 7 is going to be the E25.
Oh man, so these M56s are nuts. You know, just absolutely nuts. Now, the crazy thing is there's not a lot of bushes up here for them to hide in, so that's a positive. But I still don't think any of these tier 7s can spot them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Somebody did shoot at him. I don't know if he was blind firing him. I think he was blind firing him. Or this guy would be moving.
But right now, JYM does have. Ooh, the minute Terminator taking a massive shot right there, getting almost half health. Oof.
He did get hit hard coming across the top of that hill. Hit points wise, they're neck and neck. I mean, they're trading back and forth here.
Oh, I think Uscan's back. Yep,
Oh,
Uscan
well.
just lost their minute, man.
Those M56 TDs back there are nuts.
I know. Like I said, them things. You never get the full potential out of them if you don't know how to play them in a pub match, because you're tossing it up to a toss up when you're playing them in a pub match. Because you don't know how you're. Ooh, wow, we just lost.
Yeah,
Super
UScan
Bueno
lost.
now.
Yeah, so they've kind of underutilized these mediums, but realistically, they should have been more, like right in here. That would have given them cover from the M56s, and they would have had better side shots. This is a better spot for them.
And they're currently right now. It looks like they're sending a winning doggo over.
Okay, so now he moves to the correct position, but he's a one shot at this point. Every time he peeks, he's gonna get spotted. They really needed to be full health, double here. They could have got resets. They could have done a lot of stuff here. Turrets are turned looking at these heavies, and they did get him out. I mean, he was down to a 1.
Yeah, I think the big thing for him is that liking getting waylaid in the beginning. I think Wooten then had to turn around and start playing way more passive, which allowed JYM's Wolverine to basically run around unabated up until this point with no damage taken on his behalf. So he's basically.
See, this SU is going to be critical here. He's going to get some big shots. He's going to get punished for it, but he can back off. Hide, reload. Then the other heavies on JYM will get the turrets turned on these guys, and he can just swap and take shots. This guy does have the baby gun on there. It was not a joke.
Oh, which guy was it?
Ghost on UScan side. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's got a little better fire rate. The pin's not horrible on it. The damage is a little bit lower than the big gun, I mean, it's not the worst idea, I don't guess.
It isn't, considering you're facing strictly tier 7s, and its baby gun can pen tier 7s.
UScan on the backside are able to get this TD ran out. Might be a little too late here, though.
Yeah, there goes the Lycan now. So, yeah, the Minuteman, yeah, he's think he's the only tank right now, yeah.
And then
he's the only tank at full health.
The Dreadnought did 0 damage on his final shot. They are going to get this T-29 out. This is the last guy left. He's going to get swarmed and deleted. Or her, I'm not sure. Harley Quinn, I'm assuming, maybe a girl?
Yeah, that's Harley Quinn. She's the clan leader for UScan.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people in MapFights had an opinion on bringing UScan, thinking because of their WN8 that they were just gonna steamroll. And I made the decision to bring them in, saying I don't think they're gonna steamroll.
I mean, it's pretty evenly matched from what I've seen so far. UScan's just made a couple of what seem to be minor errors are massive. They're giving up map control. At least every match I've seen so far, they're really giving map control to JYM. They're not even trying to contest for it. They're just giving it up. And on any map, when you own map control, you have a huge advantage against the enemy team. You set yourself up for flanking shots, set yourself up for cross shot. I mean, there's just tons of things that you can do with map control. And UScan is just giving it to JYM every game.
Looking at it, Terminator definitely did take the punishment going into that position on the base, but he ends up finishing out with 29-23 and 3 kills, followed by Forza again, 19-27, and then Melano 646 doing 13-59 with that derpy gun of his and 1 kill. So, I mean, not terrible, and really not terrible on the damage spread. The big problem, I think, for UScan was that Jackal, they didn't get a chance to utilize him with that quick fire auto loading gun, and that Dreadnought really not being able to put in the work with the damage to kind of punish JYM when they overextend it. JYM was pretty much able to overextend a little bit without really getting punished for it.
Something big out of Terminator and his Minuteman was he shot 13, pinned 10. I mean, Pins are critical.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing I'm noticing on USCAN's side is they're focused in the fire. It's just they're not getting the pens.
Yeah, I mean they're T-29 and they're Minuteman that were in the dog hole there in the fight. 10, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I mean those cost you when you're brawling like that. But GG to both teams there. JYM's going to go up 2 to US Cans 1.
2-0. 2-0.
Or 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the matches get replayed unless it's all tanks are destroyed or it's a cap.
All right, we'll move on to our next map.
So we'll see if USCAN can pull out the kill all on JYM or cap them out. That I think that's what USCAN was aiming to do, was get the cap.
Best of 5, right? So they need one more win to wrap this one up.
Yep, and if JYM wins, they'll advance to see Arid. If USCAN wins, they stay alive and get a chance to go for an extra battle. I also set that rule up in place to add a little extra battles in for the teams, since we are taking a 2-week hiatus from our call outs and stuff like that. So why not have some good battles, get the guys in there. And it's also good experience for the people that these teams are using that might not have normally get used.
Yeah, so 2-week break for MapFights, and then you're coming back. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, are you guys looking to pick up clans, for your next season? What's the requirements? Some little details like that.
No, yeah, we're always looking for clans that want to join. If a clan's interested in joining, they can always hit me up on either Discord, Samurai of Faith, or on PlayStation. You can hit up Great Graham as well. He's one of the people you can go through to get involved in the league. You can hit up Bubba Go Boom via Discord or PlayStation, and Trevi D via Discord or PlayStation. And then for all the Xbox side, you've got a from Doom U, Evil Joker for you guys on Xbox. You can message him up through the Xbox app, through the Xbox chat, and ask him about getting your Xbox guys involved in a comp league if you're looking to try it out. For the Pro League, there is no W&8 cap, so it's opened up to the heavy big boys in comp, like your clan, TE, 4CAD, Defy, the big boys that you see in comp.
Right.
And then the lower league, which is what JYM and Keg, CDN, SW, the guys you're seeing today, with the exception of USCAN, they are battling in the lower league. That requirement goes as low as 0 all the way up to a W8 T7 of 3,500 and a W8 T15 of 2,800. Once, if you're below that, you're locked into the lower league. We're using that because it's a little bit easier to judge. Because usually most small comp clans, their top 15, that's what they're using 90% of the time, because a lot of the clans are small that do comp. You don't get too many massive clans like JYM or USCAN that are doing comp.
I got you. Yeah, MapFights has always been something that I was interested in. It's just different, It's outside of the normal meta for comp, NBA, tier 10, which I know MapFight does have tier 10 matches, but you guys are kind of all over the board. You even have Cold War.
Yes, yes, we do. We have 4 different modes for teams that are interested in playing. You've got assault mode, where it's basically that. It's one flag, you're defending it. You've got the tiers range from tier 3s all the way up to tier 10s. The map verses are varied. They go from the fun little 6v6s all the way up to a max. We downsized the amount of 15v15s this season, so there aren't as many. So, and a couple like a little oddities like 11v11, 13v13s. Then after that, you've got standard battle, which is basically that. It's a standard battle. You cap the base or kill everybody. That same MO. tier 3s all the way up to 10s. Then we do have the classic comp, which is NBA. Again, tier 3s all the way up. It's actually really funny to see some of the tier 3s in an NBA that you wouldn't even think of doing. I've seen a couple of those. Those are we've got one. It's Abby tier 3 7v7 NBA. That one's a funny one.
Wow. So how many teams are in MapFights? How many compete?
Currently, we've got around 20 clans total. Out of that 20, about 8 to 10 of them are currently competing. Keg's just back down for right now, taking a little break from comp. Usually it's the big heavy hitters, Keg, DoomU, JYM, CDN are the main big boy heavy hitters that do tend to try to control the most maps. The setup with map fights is you're fighting to control the map, you're fighting to keep your maps, and that's pretty much what it is. And we've got Malinovica pretty much standard NBA, in my opinion, encounter battle, in my opinion.
Yeah, but here's the thing about this map, man. If you can catch, and look, JYM's got their 2 light tanks over here. If you can catch the other team trying to climb that hill with flank shots, man, is it devastating. Yeah, we're gonna follow up JYM on this one, see where they try to position. US Can as a whole is gonna come down and move. Oh man.
Yeah, you've got.
So both teams doing the opposite. One team's taking the whole team up, and I'm assuming JYM is gonna leave a couple back. Yeah, see this E25, he's gonna get some intelligence. He might have been spotted, or he spotted them.
Yeah, he's giving them some intelligence because it looks, the Minutemans are still pushing over, so
they could lose those Minutemans. I mean, if US Can hurries up, they've got Lycans. Oh man.
Yeah,
they've got to move though. They stopped. They stopped. They can't stop. They have to keep moving. If they can catch the Minuteman, they've. I don't know what this play is, but they don't know. They didn't get vision.
Is not going to stop for the base at all because it looks like JYM was fully expecting with what they sent up there to have
US Can didn't get the vision. They should have got the vision, and they would have known. They could have caught these Minutemen, which they still can. They can still catch them.
Yeah, I think the problem with UseCam running as many lights as they did, they bunched them too close together.
Yeah, they should have wolfpacked this, and they're bouncing their shots. They're hitting them now, man. Those Minutemen are going down quick. This is what I was talking about, chat. On this map and encounter, if you can catch the team climbing, they're toast. I mean, look at this. Tons of bounce shots, but these guys are getting deleted fast.
The problem is they got 29 seconds, but
yeah, they waited, man.
It's gonna be hard.
They're not gonna make it to the reset. They're just not gonna make it. But they could have played this a lot faster. They all bunched up on the corner down there.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. They delayed themselves. Yeah, they're not gonna get that reset. I think they should have taken like two of their light tanks and shifted them like the normal light tank route that you would send them for NBA, and that would have been excellent.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have. They had 4 light tanks. They could have sacrificed 1 light tank to get those initial spots and find out the whole team was going up. And if they'd have done that, they wouldn't have stopped on that corner and stacked up as a team. They would have played a little faster. I don't know if it would have got them the W because of the way JYM did that. They sent everybody up. They immediately got on the cap. That was rough. That was rough. GG's.
All right, we're going to take a second here because I'm going to do a update on the bracket, and we're gonna get this bracket.
Yep. So we're gonna be moving into the next team, chat. You're gonna see a couple things change on the screen. Bear with me. I gotta put in some logos. It is what it is. But GG's to JYM. They are gonna advance to face Arid. They're going to face Arid in the next round. We're going to move on to cover SWCDN, correct?
Yes, sir, we are. This room's gonna close up, and we're gonna move on to that. And let me just get this updated for the teams real quick. That way, I'm doing multiple things right now. One second, baby girl. And we're going to update that bracket. Let me get that bracket sent on over to you, Noodle. There we go.
And I don't have a logo for CDN.
Did not send that to you. Give me 1 second. Let me fix that. I thought I did. My apologies. Wearing many hats today. That should be coming through to you now, Noodle, to get
I
it
hear
all
you.
set up. All right, I'm gonna bounce out of this room, Noodle, and I'll toss you an invite to the next one real quick.
Yep,
I
do your
have
thing.
Trevi D making the room. All right, they got the room ready. SW's got a time limit now of 10 minutes to get all their guys in and ready to go.
So 10 minutes to get everybody in the room. Okay.
Yep. Once I get there in the room, they got a grand total of 10 minutes to get everything set up and go from there. And just waiting for. I did toss you an invite, Noodle. Did you get that?
No, but I see the room open.
As soon as I get lead, I'll switch everything out. Go in here. Fix this. Done. Done. Okay. Thank you, Cap, for the wonderful message. I love you too. I'm sure Cap's in there.
So tell us a little bit about these teams.
All right. SW, I'm very interested to see this matchup. I'm hoping they can get all 10 of their guys. Last year, they did 2 massive upsets in our single elimination 4th of July blowout that definitely surprised the heck out of everybody. They did get the upset on a very strong KFN1 clan. They upset them big time. I was very shocked. They basically 3-0'd KFN1 last year, and they've improved since last year. So I'm really hoping that SW does get all 10 of their guys, because I would hate to see them have to go down.
Right.
I would really hate to see that.
So SW is the underdog, right?
I would consider them the underdog. They are going to be the underdog, and I believe SW saying they're going to go ahead and go down players. Let me make sure I get a confirmation on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. So they're down by what?
So, chat, just to kind of fill you in a little bit, we're on a 10-minute delay, so it's really hard for me to respond to you in chat. I really appreciate, all the subs and bits that you guys dropped in that last match. This is the MapFights League 4th of July Blowout Tournament. They do this every year. We're going to be playing like 9 different battles back to back to back. It's a bracket style tournament. At Samurai of Faith, which is one of the
Mods
for MapFights. And yeah, it's gonna be a blast. But I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I mean the first matchup definitely did not disappoint. I think the lack of experience might have been what definitely hurt USCAN.
Yeah, I mean they were just giving up map control. That's what ultimately, in my eyes, that's what cost them some of those games. They were all really close games. Both teams played very well. It was very entertaining. On that last match on Malinovka, USCAN should have sent somebody to the hill. They had the lights to do a bunch of different stuff. They should have sent somebody to the hill. Even if they were going to die, at the very minimum, they could have got one reset possibly. And then what really cost them is they all bunched up on that corner and waited for a few seconds. That hurt them bad. But well played.
Yeah.
How can you plan, the way that you guys are running this, you're doing random maps. They can't plan for it. They're not picking tanks for a map, which is really cool. But yeah, they couldn't have planned for that.
Nah, but that setup, I think they could have played them lights more aggressive. And it is confirmed SW will be going down 2 players.
Ooh.
So it's going to be rough depending upon the map they get, the maps they're going to get. I mean, they do have some of their better players with them that I've seen play. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, if CDN takes them lightly, SW could punish them badly for this. So we're going to go ahead and launch this up.
Look, at Tier 7, it only takes a couple of tanks hitting the right shots, and you've changed the battle. I mean, this isn't Tier 10 where you have tanks that hit for 1,000, 1,100. This is Tier 7.
Ooh, and I don't know. This might help SW. They get mines right off the rip.
This is a best case scenario if you're playing 2 tanks down. Over on CDN side, they've got some guns, man. They've got a GW Panther Artie. They got a Strum Panzer. It's a little weird. They got a Dreadnought. Confused by the EBR. But again, they're not picking tanks for the map.
Yeah, you've got Black Market Cyborg 2. He's in a T20. You've got Splitsayer 69 in a Super Hellcat. You got Tate 21-21-2 in a Super Hellcat. You've got Pixel Creeps in a T29. You've got Charlie P 35-1 in a T29. You got a Hammer. I mean, that's a pretty quick reload for it. And then you've got Aya in the VK going right in, and he's facing that EBR very fast.
This would be interesting to see what happens. He rams him. Oh, man. EBR's bouncing. I think he pinned maybe one. No, he did not.
They might lose this EBR.
He did pin
right
that.
off the rip.
Yeah, he's going to go down here.
Yeah, and they brought a Panther in. All the EBR crashed. If he hits this shot, they get rid of the EBR. They're pushing the T29, and there goes the EBR.
But here's the crazy thing: CDN's got an IS-2 going to cap. SW doesn't have anybody to contest them. As long as they keep these guys pushed back from climbing that hill, and it's possible.
Yeah, the Super Hellcat has. I think they need to get that Super Hellcat to kind of rotate over. Because if nobody's there to contest that base, that ISM's just gonna cap
That Super's belling. He's gonna rotate.
Yep, there's the T20, but he slides down a little. Oh, nope, he was able to get himself back upright properly.
Yep, Hellcat took a shot getting out of there. T20's gonna go try to battle with the ISM. ISM's probably gonna win that if if SW doesn't get somebody over. I'd say that Super is probably coming, but he may not. He might be going to the sniper hill back here to help them in mid.
Yeah, that's where he's going.
Which-
but with how the IS-2M is set up, he's not really gonna be able to get shots on him.
The IS-2M doesn't even have. He took a shot. He's taking shots from the hill, and he's about to take butt shots.
Oh yeah, look, the VK Aya's up there. He's pumping in shells into Bubba Go Boom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's gonna win that. They're gonna get him out of there. This VK is just sitting here totally uncontested.
SW is going to lose another tank. That's another tank. They lose the other Super Hellcats. That's the problem with being running down, is it limits what you can do. And the IS-2M was able to win that contest, and he's back to safety now, where he can't do anything to help. He
moved over to where the VK couldn't shoot him anymore, and IS-2M versus T-20. I mean, you could still beat the IS-2M with the T-20, but it'd be tough.
And they're bringing their Strum Panzer up now.
It's all but over. I mean, they've got like a 4,000, hit point gap here.
I mean, that's the problem when you're running down, is it's so hard, because all CDN had to do was say, okay, we'll push the hill with everything. We'll push the one line, we'll push the hill, and we'll just send one lone tank up by himself, because there's two choices in this situation that SW had, was defend the hill or go right for the cap and pray that you can cap it before they get to you.
SW played it smart. I mean, you don't need to cap here. You can take the hill. They were down players, so it was really their only decision they could have took. I think they kind of messed up with the Super Hellcat a little bit. But you're down players. I mean, what can you do? The GG to CDN on that one.
Yeah, they did good. I mean, I did put in work in that VK. He really did, trying his best to get that W. I mean, even Split Slayer, they did their best to put work in.
I mean, they were hitting shots, and there's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
not sure what happened to this T-29.
I think he just got ripped apart. I mean, he took 5 shots. I think he went down very quickly on the side of SW.
Yeah. Kill shot the second is our clear MVP here. 2,500 damage. Dreadnought, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only downside. I was hoping, because I think if SW was at full strength, all 10, I think we'd be looking at another very tight matchup, because
for sure,
SW does have good players in there that have good map awareness. So so you could tell they had the map awareness to rotate over to try to get rid of them. So they do have that awareness. It's just 2 down. It's rough.
For sure.
I'm hopeful they can pull it out, get the W and advance, and then maybe get their other 2 guys on.
Well,
or
even if they lose here, they go to losers bracket, correct?
Yes, they will go to the losers bracket. And they'll basically face, let's double check, make sure I got the rightness here. So they will basically face, whoever loses here will go off and face UseCan in the losers bracket.
So, if FW doesn't, pull off the victory playing too short, which they still can, but if they don't, maybe that gives them a little time to get a couple more players on.
Absolutely, and I hope they can, because I would absolutely love. I think in terms of preparedness and everything, they got it.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next random map. CDN is up 1. They need 2 more victories to close this one out.
Yep.
They do. They do have a nice logo. I see that in chat. CDN does have a pretty cool logo.
Yeah, they do. Trevi D did make that logo himself. The KFN1 logo was actually made by Flirter91. So, I mean, it's not terrible if being down the first round. I mean, last year we had a couple. Ooh, oh my lord, Manaheim. Ooh,
You know, I've only ever called one match on this map for competitive play, and it was a nightmare. I hope this one's a little better. We'll see. It's hard to judge what people are going to do. They see, ooh, big map, lots of buildings, and they get a little crazy. We'll see.
On
One
this
thing,
side
though.
of SW, we've got a change. We do have a Dreadnought coming in, and we have the only difference looks like is they bring out a Dreadnought this time.
We've got 3 Dreadnoughts on CDN side.
Oh, so there. I mean, the cap for this, I've seen it once encounter. I mean,
The cap is cool. The cap is easy to play on. You got a little hump in the middle. You can kind of get hold down and trade and stuff. The kicker is the cap can be shot from that right bridge, okay? And CDN has an arty. I'm pretty sure that G-Dub is going to be able to find some shots. So SW not only is down players, but they don't have to worry about getting shot by an arty.
The Dreadnought is just getting bled right now.
I see that.
He's taking quite a few shots already.
SW did the right thing. They got their tanks in, for the most part, healthy. I don't know if I would have sent these guys to this bridge.
Dreadnought on fire. Dreddy's on fire here. If they push over, they can at least get rid of one of the 3 Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, but SW lost Dog of War. He took too many cross shots and he's out. They're going to lose Lioness here, maybe. Good trades out of the Minutemen.
Yeah, the problem is they got that. CDN's got that side shot now on them, so they do. Really get out. Yeah, the Minuteman's just getting. Oh, Minuteman just got massively damaged there.
See, CDN took advantage of this situation. They got their tanks on that right bridge, man, and they've just got a farm on the Minuteman.
Yeah, I mean, SW did it right. They bled out lifelike biology quickly. They bled the kill shot.
See, tanks. See, chat, here's the problem with this bridge, the left bridge, if you're looking from this direction. You have to move clear up to here to really get any kind of shots. And by the time you do that, you put yourself up. I just went through that building. That was weird. You put yourself up to get cross-shotted coming through here. They really didn't, but they didn't have any shots to help their team there.
Yeah, CDN right now is just gonna they're gonna bully SW because I mean they've got the lineups to do it. Where they've got their full strength, 10 guys. It is gonna be hard for SW to compete against CDN because CDN is again one of the four of the powerhouses in MapFights right now. So it's gonna be hard if you're not coming at CDN at full strength. You're not gonna have a good chance.
Playing 2 tanks down always puts you at a disadvantage. There's a likelihood that CDN just takes the cap here. They're going to come off of it now and push. They got these guys down. On that back end, that VK was battling the E25, which that's never fun. And the T20 is going to go out here. You know, I don't know. It was hard to keep up with all the shots going on there. But I don't think I ever seen Artie fire, did he?
No, he did. He put a massive shot to one of the Minutemen.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He put a massive shot into that Minuteman, and oof.
Let's go see what he did here. 380, I mean... How many times did he fire? 4? Okay, so he shot 4 times. I didn't even see him. So, GG's to CDN there. They're going to go up another match. SW did fine. I mean, they put tanks on that their right bridge, the left bridge that we were looking from. That's not a good bridge. They just don't have very good shots at the beginning of the game there. But the way the way they played, the rest of their tanks were good. They were just down 2 tanks. Dreadnought took some early bleed, lost him at the very beginning of the game there. But GG's to both teams.
Yeah, and judging by their dreadnought, yeah, the kill shot who took top in the first match, he was only able to slam out 2 shots that time, doing 731. He got bled too. So basically, both dreadies on both, at least one of the dreadies on both teams, basically got bled pretty hard. And
yeah,
but that 2 tank advantage is monstrous.
Well, not only were they playing 2 tanks down, but 3 of their tanks did 0 damage. So it's tough, Dreadnought got deleted at the beginning of the game. I'm not sure. I guess this Minuteman, he was in there. He just, didn't have shots. He was getting bled and was backing up on a retreat. The Lioness pulled up and got lit up and immediately went on the retreat. Never even got to hit nobody. Only shot twice.
Yeah,
they just got hit hard when they got up there.
Yeah, if CDN wouldn't have set up there, I think we would be looking at a different battle, because they were in that middle, penning those shots. They dropped them, the T-29 right off the rip. They bled the Dreadnought completely down.
So if I remember correctly, wasn't the E-25 and the Talon over on the right bridge, correct, for CDN?
Yeah.
So as you see, they had shots. I mean, they put in side shots on the Minutemen. That's what made them back all the way off of that hill.
Yeah,
so that right bridge is powerful. So in a way, that cap is a little, I don't want to say it's one-sided, but the South Spawn team does have that right bridge to move up to a lot faster, and they have lots of really nice shots into that cap. So kind of one-sided.
They do. I mean, I think if SW had their extra 2 tanks, they probably would have been able to. They probably would have sent 2 tanks there too, and it would have kept that CDN side from being able to strictly just focus on the base, because they would have had to worry about whatever 2 tanks SW would have sent there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to move on to our next one. Looks like everybody's ready to pick. I know Samurai's waiting for them to give the all ready. CDN's up 2 to SW 0. SW is playing down 2 tanks. CDN needs one more victory to progress. And then SW would potentially go to the losers bracket to face US Can.
Yep. And then we'll see. I think we might see another good matchup if SW plays it right. If they continue to play how they're playing with extra 2 tanks, that use can matchup might be very close.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, let's see what map the
Lakeville
gods give us this time. Ooh. I've seen this played so many different ways. It's Lakeville is this weird little map, in my opinion, because you've got basically the left side of the map nicknamed Death Valley for a reason, and then you've got the center portion of the 4-5 line that you can set up there and put shots into the base.
We're gonna with SW being down tanks, they have to send everybody to the cap.
Yeah, SW is rocking out, changing up. They got 2 dreadnoughts. Oh no, I would not send the Dready by himself.
The crazy thing is, CDN sending their Lycan up, he could potentially get. Okay, never mind. He built into the city. I was gonna say he could have got them lit for them to get side shots.
That Dready's gonna have a little bit of competition. They've got the E-25 and the Otter VK for CDN back here to kind of protect that artillery. because with where the Artie's sitting at, he can hit the city.
Dreadnought's going to play in a powerful position, though. If he does, he's looking the wrong way, which is odd, but okay, so he needs to be like moving from this direction forward instead of sitting where he's sitting now. But he can get a couple of big shots in here. Yeah, there's, I mean, 600 at tier 7. I mean, let's go. Dreadnought might be fine on that back end. I don't know if they're going to push that Dreadnought like that. CDN's already got a massive appearance on the cap. It's going to be really hard for SW. They've taken their sweet time getting over there. They did get the Lycan out. I mean, that's a super positive. Dreadnought, both Dreadnoughts traded there, but that was a big hit.
But again, SW, that's down this. They got to get in there and do a reset.
They lost that Dreadnought on the back end. Was he able to get another big shot in?
I don't think so.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. This E25 might put a little work in here. Slow that push down on the back end. SW's going to have to get aggressive here and just focus fire. They're kind of split up. They left their Dreadnought out to die over here. He might get a kill shot in, but then he'll just die to the other Dreadnought. He did get the kill shot in. He should die to the... Oh, wait. They put cross shot on him. He should still die to this next Dreadnought. I don't know that he'll be reloaded. Actually, I think he is loaded. He's loaded.
Yeah, he's loaded. He is loaded.
They're going to have to get aggressive here. They got to take these tanks out.
See, right there.
Okay, and he bounced his shot on the Minuteman. That's awesome. These two need to be pushing, like, right now. They lit him on fire.
On fire for the second match in a row.
Okay, but... So their focus fire's a little off here. This Minuteman's looking for shots out in the field, but they've got their E25 fighting eyes to him.
They need to get him out. If they can get him out, they got a shot here. A party just fired and he missed. Yeah, the Minuteman's now focusing now on Bubba.
Okay, that E25 guy has put in work in this cap. You know, SW's sitting in a good position here. They got an Artie to worry about, so that's a thing.
It now becomes for them is just hold off. I mean, SW has 2 tanks full health. I mean,
E25 is blitzing in for CDN.
Is he? Oh, he is. So they might use Fox Command was full health.
And look, his move, it did what they needed. It took these guys' attention off of the Panther and the Adler over there.
Yeah, it did. Oh, there goes the craft. So
this is still anybody's game, honestly.
It really is.
Artie with a huge hit on the Minuteman. He's now a one-shot.
And he went down. No, he didn't.
No, he's just a one-shot. This E25's playing with fire here, but he might pull it off. Oh, big miss, big miss. E25's going to farm him. Farmed him out.
Yep, that's the thing with that E25. That thing can be a monster. So Trevi's by himself now.
Trevi's going to get farmed by the E25. This T20 should be pushing already with his team. Okay, there they go. There they go.
Get that focus.
They should get the Minuteman out. Minuteman did it smart.
They gotta make that shot count. They gotta make them shots count. Oh, the E25. The Minuteman is trolly. That's the problem with that tank.
I'm not sure. He may be out of premium rounds, to be honest with you.
Oh,
and then he rams him in there.
Ammo. Okay, Trevi's down to a one-shot now.
Okay, so the E25 is doing 0 damage.
The Minuteman cannot hit that Minuteman.
Oh, Artie took him out, and the E25 is doing no damage, though.
Yeah,
He's gonna
that's the
get him here.
problem. Yep, he might get that shot. Oh yeah, he's gonna. Oh.
Very unfortunate. That was entertaining. The only thing that really messed up for SW there was that E25. He really needed to try to work around and get butt shots. Trevi did really well on that Minuteman backing his tank up to the wall. I don't really understand the play by SW's Minuteman pushing, the E25 up against him. He kind of locked him in there. Maybe a mistake. But yeah, E25 could not pin the side of the Minuteman. He needed to move. Artie, he took a couple of good shots. He knocked their Minuteman down to a one shot, which was critical, and then finished off the other Minuteman, which potentially could have killed Trevi. So GG, that was close. Well played by SW. CDN's going to take the victory there, and they're going to move on to the next stage, and SW will go down to the losers bracket, where hopefully it gives them enough time to get another couple players.
Yep, and I did make a mistake. It's actually SW will actually face the loser of the Arid and JYM fight. Actually,
Okay.
I had that mixed up. That is my fault, chat. I had that a little mixed up.
No biggie. So we're going to be moving on to cover
Arid versus JYM.
Arid versus JYM. All right, chat. Bear with me as I flop around a couple of logos and some names.
Let me see something here. Get this out. Okay. And then I'm just waiting for lead. Okay, I've got lead. Let me get you invited in here. I mean, I was thoroughly entertained with that last matchup because I mean Lakeville usually can go either way, and SW did get two maps that worked for them being down, so it could have really, SW even being down, they could have pulled those two out and it could have turned into a different ball game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, SW played that really well. It's unfortunate that Dreadnought they left on the back end. He didn't get another shot in. He got one big shot. If he could have got another big shot in or killed that last tank, excuse me, that would have changed the outcome of that match, I do believe.
Yeah, it would have, I think.
And I'm just waiting on the next room. This is it.
Yeah, I gotta fix that.
All right, chat. So
gonna move up to tier 8s.
This is tier 8s. That's cool. We are now in the second round of the bracket, so this will be JYM versus Arid. How did we do the seating in here? Since Arid, was there just a bye because of the team layout, or what's up with this?
The bracket, I use an app, which is a bracket app, and I plugged the names in. I just hit the random button. Flirt told me to stop, and that became the bracket setup. Who got a bye and everything.
So Arid and KFM1 got buys to round 2, so they got to miss out on the tier 7 action.
It's going to be a matter of, if they win, they do fully miss the tier 7s. They get to miss it. If they lose, KFM1 and Arid lose, they have to replay. They have to go down, play 7s, and then play an 8 again. So it's going to be a matter of...
So SW will face the loser of these two teams, correct? In the loser bracket?
Yes, that'll be
Okay.
they'll face that setup, and then the loser between CDN and Coffin Crew KFN1 is gonna face UseCan. So this is gonna be interesting because Arid is proponently, from what I see of them in map fights, they are a big Cold War mode
Oh yeah.
clan from
Okay.
what I see of their callouts. I've never actually seen them. I could be wrong. I don't believe I've ever seen them do a World War II call out in any of the other modes.
Huh.
So it's gonna be entertaining to see them in an actual World War II battle for the first time, and for
Nice.
me at least. So I'm gonna be interested to see what they're bringing. So it's gonna be a toss up. I mean, you can, if you know what you're looking at on blind pick, you can kind of get a feel for what they're bringing, what kind of tank, whether it's a tech treat or a premium, based on the color coding of the
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
So a lot of premiums on Arid's side from what we can see.
It's all premiums.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, tier 7 has some good premiums, but then when you go up to the tier 8, it gets really nuts. I mean, you've got the likes of like the Barask with its quickness and its clip. You've got the the other, you've got the Mauer Breaker, the Icebreaker. You've got beefy tanks, and you've got really fast tanks in
Right.
that lineup. I mean, and very good haul down tanks with like the Alpine Tiger, the IS-6s. I mean, even the Trolley Grenouch tank with its trolley armor.
Gonna be cool going up to tier 8s. That's why I'm not surprised we see almost all premiums. I only see one tech tree tank selected.
All right, and we do have a confirmed ready. So this is I'm interested to see what we see out of JYM as far as premium go at tier 8, and I'm very interested to see Arid's lineup. It's gonna be fun. All right,
So
let's get it on the show.
so now does the next round go up to tier 9?
Yes, that finals will get played next weekend.
Uh-huh.
Since we were taking our 2-week break, so I broke it up into that way the teams don't get like rusty or anything. We put together the 4th of July blowout tournament. The last time we did this, it was Hidden Village. The last time we did the tournament, it was a single elimination best of 3. So a team only needed 2 wins to advance. And we do have a lot less clans this time. Last year we had more, but it's also a good thing we have a little bit less, considering it's a best of 5 this time and a double elimination.
I was really curious if somebody would break out the G-Sor. And they did. Arid has the G-Sor here, the G-Sor 1008. This thing is nasty. I don't know how it's going to perform in a comp battle, but with this many tanks, I think it'll do well.
So we got JYM with the Krovitz 1, the AMX AC-48, a Hydra, Defender. There's the Barask I was talking about. They brought the Freedom, which is currently an Urnop, another Hydra, and a Barask. So it's going to be interesting to see how JYM is going to set this up. I mean, those Hydras and that Defender, they are very trolly tanks at tier 8.
Arid's doing something really smart. They're going to send a lot of their tanks up top, win that that top of that hill.
Yeah, because that's going to be the problem for JYM, because there's not much of an escape out of there without taking damage. Like where this Barask is at right now, yeah, you can get down. If you go down it wrong, you can either do lots of damage or kill yourself. So, and I think that's a problem now. I think Arid needs to just push it. They've already committed. They need to just push it. They outnumber JYM on this right flank right now, and
Yeah, and they've got to know it by now, right? You know, I mean, there's enough spots, and they know they have a tank on cap. We'll see how they react here. They need to push it though.
yeah, I mean, JYM's playing it pretty passively, but I mean, they pushed that Barask with its long reload. It's done. It's over. The Vanguard's gonna push in. Oh,
Okay.
he hammer racks the Hydra there.
Vanguard killed himself.
Killed himself. Oof. That's
Ow.
a rough spot there with a light tank.
Oh, he flipped. Big, unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, that is. That does give them the advantage, but they still do outmatch, and now JYM's now got 3 tanks on it.
Arid stumbled a little bit there. They didn't push. They left a couple of tanks up top to deal with it in kind of a defense mode. They sent 3 down to battle the tanks on the hill. They're still ignoring the cap. There's 12 seconds left. The TD's pushing in.
Pushing in. That Yazi's going to get deleted, though.
Well, they've tracked
he wasn't
him.
even able to pen. Yep.
He's bought him a little time. I mean,
he bought a little time, but JYM's just going to swarm that tank, and they're going to delete him. He does get a reset, though. He did get a reset, though, so that does help a little bit, but they just swarmed that poor Yazi.
They got the Vanguard. The Vanguard's on fire. Wow. Their Vanguards just completely had just so much bad stuff happen to them. One killed himself. The other one got lit on fire. Arid's trying to swarm here at the last minute, but it's just not going to work. JYM's got a clear advantage on tanks and hit points. They're going to finally, at the end of the game, win the top side.
Yeah, I mean, Arid made the mistake here. You gotta commit. If you're gonna send everything one way, you've gotta commit it. If you're not gonna commit it, what you just saw there is gonna happen.
100%.
Because basically what they did is they gave JYM. They said, "Okay, JYM, you can have the lower half of the map. We're gonna take the higher map." But then they didn't take it until the end, and it backfired.
Well, and even then they didn't take it. They split off. They left 2 tanks up there in kind of defense mode. They sent 3 down, which got bled a little bit. Yeah, they sent their whole team up. When you do that, you just push. You don't stop. You group up. You push. You focus fire. You delete. If you got your whole team and you're stopping, that creates big problems.
And we saw that earlier with UseCan when JYM pushed the cap. They just said, "Okay, we're going for the cap." UseCan, we saw this is the second time we've seen that happen where a team pushes it. Like we both thought that UseCan was just going to steamroll through, delete their Minutemans, and they just stopped their push dead for some reason. They just stopped. I don't know if maybe some miscommunication, maybe.
You never can tell.
Nah, that's the thing. I swear we got to get sometimes these teams in here. It's one of them things where
another unfortunate thing is
get like one of their both teams shot callers one get one of the shot callers in here and just hear their comms. Like, what are they communicating and doing or telling their guys?
Another huge thing for Arid is their G-Sor shot 2 clips. Wait, 3 clips and pinned 2 shots. That tank has the potential to put out huge numbers on a clip.
Oh yeah, that G-Sor is. I mean, I'm not a big premium tank guy at tier 8, but that thing is kind of trolly at tier 8. I mean, it can bounce a tier 10 if you angle it right and rotate the turret at the right moment, and it's really big on timing, but it can pen a tier 10 tank. And it can do some damage. It really can if it's given the opportunity. And we're just waiting on SFX Forza to reselect a tank here. last minute change on the tank. Okay. Again, looks like a all premium battle between JYM and Arid, with Forza again being the odd man out for JYM running the tech tree tank. I'm shocked right now. I'm going to say this. Terrible Ducky usually is the one that's the odd man, and he likes to run an artillery. So it's going to be interesting to see if they dial him in to not run an artillery or not. Whoa, I thought I had this room set to private. I did not have it set to private. Okay.
Well, we got Bum Bubble in the lobby.
Yep, I got rid of him. That definitely don't want that mistake. Yeah, Keg had that mistake happen to us on ITW. That was not fun. We had to wait a full 10 minutes because this guy jumped in the lobby.
I was gonna say we were in a big tournament game with Wargaming, and the enemy team, they were the host of the room. They started the lobby with a random on accident, and this guy ran the timer out. We all had to wait. It was a long process.
All right, we got confirms. All right, we got JYM up by 1. Arid, let's see what Arid brings this time, and let's see if they have if they commit to the push. If they're gonna set up to do a push, I want to see if they'll commit. I think.
Yeah, Dragon Ridge. Let's see if they got some tanks for this.
It's encounter.
Arid's got slow tanks. 2 Vanguards. Hopefully they got better RNG this time. One got set on fire last time. The other one killed himself. Another G-Sor. Man, this guy could really be critical on this map.
Yeah, it is like Flirters over here yelling at me. She's telling me it's going to depend upon who's going to take the high ground and really command that presence. It looks like JYM is going to run the same setup again. Yep, same setup.
Double Barras is pretty good.
It is, but the Dragon Ridge, I am not a fan of it because you run in those faster tanks. You hit the hill wrong, you're dead.
Arid has the better spawn here, in my opinion. If you force the enemy team to overcommit on that north side, these guys on this back end just farm.
Willow's Winning Doggo is going to get pushed out of there. He did take a small little shot there, but yeah, it's going to matter if these Vanguards keep themselves alive, because if them Vanguards would have stayed alive that last go round, especially the one that flipped and killed himself, I can't remember which one it was. If he stays alive, I mean, he went in, he put some work on that that one Hydra.
We should have some people spotted now. And I don't like what their Vanguards are doing. Their Vanguards are split up. They're going in separate. This guy's he's going to die here. He's going to die. He's going to die here.
He's going to go down. Yep. Oh no, did he just bounce that shot? Or did that shot miss?
No, the shot at him missed, but he got out. But man, he got punished for it. They did get the Agula down. I mean, that's a good trade. They lost the light. Arid's getting some map control here. I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah, they committed to a one-sided push, and they kind of took.
Oh, the KV4's getting punished in the back.
Oh wait, Arid did leave a TD, the G-Sor out, so the G-Sor basically has free reign, and it is pretty quick. Oh, I think they should have rotated that G-Sor over a little bit more, because he could have easily kept pushing the way he was going and got back end shots.
They're going to leave JYM on the hill. I mean, the guy in the back is going to kind of farm him a little bit, but apparently they're not pinning him. Okay, there we go. There we go. They're going to get him backed off. This Hydra might go out here. This Hydra might go out here.
Yeah, the Hydra just got out. Oh, he bounced a shot. He did get ammo racked.
Yeah.
I wish it would tell you if they used a repair kit or anything. That would be nice.
Well, he did, because he got tracked and then he immediately fixed it. But yeah, I know what you mean. They're going to get up here and get this guy deleted, I think. Big shot into the Carnivon.
Oh, there goes the Freedom. The Freedom's going to go down, I think, here. Oh, King Dragon took a massive hit. It's
Yeah, see, Arid's playing with fire right here. They're committed around a bunch of enemies. They're going to lose these 2 tanks.
yeah, they got to get rid of that Freedom. They have not been able. They've been bouncing off the Freedom, and that
He's
Freedom
still
is going to
bounced.
survive on 22 health.
Freedom's a little troll, you know. I mean, it'll bounce a lot. JYM did lose. Oh no, he killed. Oh man, this is bad. Arid's in bad shape here.
Yeah, I think personally, them bringing. I think that G-Source should have never came down. I think if that G-Soar would have pushed the initial push where he was at and went around these buildings here, he would have just bled them.
It's weird that Arid's got their 2 TDs in the cap. They did lose their G-Soar.
Yeah,
Arid could still pull this one off, but it's going to take some work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Yazzie again.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to punish him from the backfield here. Because currently he's not taking any shots from them.
No, he's not.
They're shooting over him. So the brick shot past the Hydra at the AMS. Oh, man. I mean, I guess he was going to try to get a kill, but this Vanguard's going to go out here.
Yeah, I think the 2 in the back kind of.
He's on a reload.
They made some mistakes on that. That kind of cost them.
Well, one mistake. Well, one mistake is there's a brick back here, and the TDs were in the cap. So.
Yeah, that's the first mistake. That thing, it does have some trolliness to it, but you gotta have it up there. And the other one is their focus fire isn't that great. I mean, you had the VK and the King Dragon basically beating on the Freedom, but they just couldn't finish him off in time to be able to make it an even matchup when JYM sent the other 2 tanks over to help him.
There's just so much potential from this side of the map. I mean, you could put a tank right here. You know, your G-Soar could have played right here. He would have had tons and tons of shots. And then when he's reloading, you fall back and you get hold down right here. You're hidden. You can't get shot. The Yahtzee could have played over here somewhere, you know, and been a little bit better. I don't know.
This might be what I'm talking about. I don't know what Arid's going to do, but like this is the prime example. Like
a tank running. I got you.
Yeah, so that's why. That's kind of why. Not saying that they're going to do it, but this gives your chat a chance to actually see what I might be referring to. Is like if he wanted to, he could go run and hide. If he wanted to, and just bleed out the clock, and JYM go chase them instead of doing what it is they're actually doing. It's just capping. They're like, nah, we want the W.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt he makes it to the cap before it runs out, but he could have got in there and clipped out 2 tanks. He just took a little bit of a long path. He was close. He was right there at it. GG's JYM. They're going to pick up the victory on this one. And then we'll move on to the next map. JYM's up 2 to Arid's 0. Well played by JYM. It started off a little rough for JYM. I think they started off in some bad positions. Arid looked like they were going to try to capitalize on it, take some map control, get some flanking shots, get some cross shots. Turned out they didn't. They ended up placing their TDs in the brawl. And pulled back a couple of their brawlers. So that was ultimately what cost them that game. Just a couple of positioning errors, and it was a wrap. Good game by both teams, though. JYM, though, over here with the Hydra, 3,200 damage. Doing work.
I know, that's just... I mean, like I said at the beginning, JYM is the defending 4th of July Blowout champion. So they are defending that championship. And they're proving that, like I said earlier, they are a juggernaut. They can be a juggernaut when they are firing all cylinders, and they're basically calling out what they're doing. And you saw it right there, even with the fact of Arid making the mistakes. JYM took the opportunity and capitalized on those mistakes because, again, JYM's got their experienced comp guys. Aired's a little, I want to say, possibly out of their element a little bit.
Well, yeah, I
Because,
mean, you said they play Cold War.
Exactly. So they play a lot of Cold War from what I can see. So they're kind of out of their element. So they're going to make those mistakes that in Cold War, it's not going to punish you as badly as it will in World War II.
Right. I mean, they played it well.
But
The positioning at the end of that was just a little off, and ultimately that's what cost them.
oh, absolutely. They are putting in work. I mean, SW's put in the good work. I mean, I was watching that last match with SW. I was like, whew, we're going to a fourth battle.
So with JYM being the defending champions, correct me if I'm wrong, but JYM is probably MapFight's most active clan, right?
JYM and CDN KFN1 are the most active, and Doom U, but Doom U was not able to provide the roster that they would have the people to sign up for the tournament, because I think that would have been a very interesting thing to see them play in it as well, but they just couldn't with the 4th of July holiday. It was going to be a toss-up. So I can kind of understand how SW might be down some players, but I'm hoping by the time we get to their bracket in the loser bracket, they got their 10 guys and they show up and they're able to push through.
Yep, same.
Because that's the real big thing down in the loser bracket is the teams have to make that decision, and we got to confirm ready, and I'll finish what I was saying, are those teams that have lost already going to be, in Highway, this is a good one, but are those teams going to feel defeated and take that in, or are they going to turn around and say, we lost, but you know what? We got a chance to stay alive in this tournament. Let's go out and beat this team. And it's the real big thing of now morale. Can you keep your guys' morale up until your match happens?
So, chat, this map can play out a few different ways in Encounter for competitive play. It's a little bit unlike, or it's not really that much different than how you play it in public lobbies. But you got to watch your butt, you know? You got to watch your butt. But get in that cap, brawl. It's a little weird because they're not picking the tanks for the map. You know, they're getting random maps. So they don't really have the typical tanks you would see. JYM's actually got like one tank, two tanks that are meant to brawl in there. Arid has better tanks for the map for the cap here.
Yeah, the big thing for JYM is them ISU 152Ks. They are very derpy, and they do have, depending, Terrible Ducky being in one and Chaffee Stream, two of JYM's better TD players, in my opinion.
Oh, we could potentially.
They know how to rotate.
Okay, so it didn't work out. The G-Sword took a good shot from the mid, and they've missed all their shots on the Barask with a track at the end. They had the opportunity to delete the Barask there.
But JYM and Arid are pretty much going to do the same thing. They're going for the cap. So it's just a matter of how well do they protect their cheeks. It does look like the VK7501K did take a little bit of damage pushing through. But other than that, the G-Sword and the VK are the only ones that were able to get hit. And now this is where it's going to be interesting. The Hydra has pushed all the way down, so the Caravan might get some shots. If he does it right, you can actually shoot under that train there.
Yeah.
Great Graham. There we go. Now
he's in a bad position. He might get deleted. Oh, draw shot on the Carnivon. He pulled out too far.
Yeah, he definitely did. Because you
big
can
hit.
Get ooh. See, now that's the problem. Now you got the brick keeping them from backing up a little bit. There's a little bit of, looks like confusion here with what they're doing right there in that mid.
Yeah, these two guys are trying to side scrape the wrong direction off each other. They're going to lose their light tank in the backfield. He's out here going to brawl with, I think, 2 Barask and the LT, which he's almost dead.
Now they got the G-Sword. The G-Sword's looking the wrong way. That G-Sword needs to... There we go. The G-Sword's now looking at the Hydra. So the G-Sword's going to get rid of that Hydra now.
Yeah, but they've wasted a lot of time getting rid of him. They basically dropped 3 tanks. I mean, they're all bled down to almost a one-shot, with the exception of the G-Sword and the King Dragon. JYM's doing a really good job focus firing here. They're picking a tank and they're deleting him.
Yeah, JYM is very good with their focus fire. They really are. I mean, it's hard to get them, catch them with their pants down where they're not focus firing. So that's the big thing with them, is you gotta be respectful of that fact.
Yeah, JYM did a really good job focus firing. That Hydra, Great Graham, he went in there. Arid should have got that guy deleted pretty quickly. They made mistakes and took some big hits trying to do it, and they bounced a few shots on him. And then they finally got him deleted, but they lost 2 tanks and got 2 other tanks down to a one-shot in the process. So wasn't a very good trade. GG's JYM on that one.
Yep, we do have it. Yep, I was correct, Noodle. It will be Arid versus SW in the loser bracket.
Yeah. And is that the match we're doing next?
No, the next match is going to be CDN versus KFN1. This is going to be... This is going to be a flat-out brawl, because me and Flirt know KFN1. CDN is no stranger to KFN1. KFN1 is a big Cold War clan as well, just like Arid, but they do dabble in World War II. And the track record with KFN1 and CDN is a love-hate relationship, where a lot of the times KFN1 does seem to have CDN's number when they do battle in matches.
Right.
So we are definitely going to see some brawls. I'm going to go over and get the other room set up, Noodle, real quick. The updated bracket is JYM is going to advance to the finals. So now we're going to just find out who's going to be facing off as far as finals go. So what's going to happen with this bracket being a elimination is whoever wins between CDN and KFN1 will go on to face JYM in the finals. And then we'll be basically doing the loser bracket starting next week to see who's going to be in the grand finals. And then we're going to do the main final bracket like we're doing now. So we're going to find out today basically who's going to be fighting in the loser bracket in the finals, and who's going to be fighting in the finals for next week.
Gotcha. So this will be the last one for the evening, and then next week we'll carry on into the finals.
Yeah. Hey, Flirt, can you post a link for Noodle Stream up in the lobby again for everybody in there? Just, okay. 1 second. Technical difficulties. Gotta get
no problem.
Shared up. Okay. Go to MapFights here. Lobby. And reshare that. There we go. All right, it's been reshared. All right, I'm going to go get this lobby. There we go. CDN versus KFN1. Woof. It is public, Noodle, so you should be able to join it.
On my way.
And both teams are fully ready. Ooh.
So give me a little backstory on KFN1. We've heard about CDN in the last battle. What about KFN1?
They are a smash mouth in-your-face clan. They are gonna get in there. They are gonna brawl. That is their specialty. They love to brawl. Okay, well, Flirt can give that to you. Here you go. I'm gonna pass it on over to Flirt.
So we got KFM1. Get bloody for fun, good friend. He's their commander. This team here, if you look at them and you see them in battle, you might been rammed a few times. That's because they call them Ramaslams. Yes, they do like to brawl in the face, but they also know how to and when to hold back and play the long game. This battle here is going to be interesting between these two clans because you have two of the top clans that are always battling and always have a good brawl. This one here, I can see probably going all 5 rounds.
So these guys have played each other multiple times, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I call CDN, JYM, Doom U, and KFN1 the juggernauts, because they are always fighting each other. They are always trash talking each other too. That's the big thing with them.
I love it. So now, maybe the random map be generous to us and set it up for some brawls.
That's what I'm hoping for. And I do have this on good authority from Flirter91 that KFN1 is bringing their very good players. They're these players, they are always platooned up together, so they do have a lot of chemistry, no different than CDN. So it is going to be a battle of juggernauts as soon as I get a confirmed ready from either Bloody or Abaddon. You want to hit up that PS4 message for Bloody, because Bloody tends to forget to look at Discord. Okay, there we go. We got it ready from Bloody. But I'm interested to see, what map do the Wargaming gods give them, and what tanks are they going to bring? And we see Malinovica again.
Yeah, but here's a big difference, okay? CDN has an arty this time.
Oh.
This map with an artillery can be devastating.
It can. It really can.
Now, let's see if either of these teams capitalize on the last two teams' mistake.
Yeah, I'll go do that. We've got on KFN1 side, we've got New Guy in an Oots. We've got Quasar in a Dragoon. We've got Get Bloody in the Vanguard. 19 Kilo is in the Dragoon. We've got Fadekin in a Scourge. We got a Cable Wizard in the HMH Chrysler K. Rawbone in an Iron Rain. Big Ball 79 in an Iron Rain. Rotten Zombie in the Premium E75 TS. And Abaddon in the Paladin, which can definitely be very trolly on that hill.
Both teams going top. Smart play out of CDN, although he didn't push far enough. They tried to push their Vanguard out to get some spots, but he's nowhere near close enough to get those lights. He needs to get over here. Okay, see, now KFM1's going to do it. KFM1's Vanguard is going to light them on the climb, and there will be some cross shots.
And I think CDN's got their already pinned in a position that Bloody's
going a little
take
deep.
Advantage of.
Bloody's going a little deep here, though.
Now, it's just a matter of if they spotted him, because I haven't seen shots go out on him yet at all. So either CDN's just ignoring him and just letting him say, okay, yeah, you can spot us. Okay, the TL1 LPC is actually moving down to maybe get some shots on Bloody. Yeah, Bloody's going to go ahead and get away with that, staying in deep on that one. And CDN's kind of stalled their push a little bit.
Yeah, he lit them. I mean, they didn't want to... If they'd have crossed where they're crossing right now when they were spotted, these guys right here would have had cross shots.
Yeah, I mean, they got the... I don't know if putting the Oods there is a good decision.
This guy on the back end for CD and Fox Command, I don't know if he realizes there's no arty on the green team. I don't know what his play is going to be here. It's going to be weird. He might get pushed out by a couple of tanks.
Bloody's going to go in there. I can see that now. Yeah, he went looking for, and he takes some fall damage. Did he flip himself? No,
Oh, the light
he didn't
tank?
flip himself. He came off the hill. He's not moving. Okay, he's moving now.
KFM1's got some good positions here. They got CDM pushed back in a spot that they can bleed on.
Looks like it looks like KFN1 completely forgot about that light tank. Yeah, that light tank basically is now going to get ass shots now.
Artie is the one putting in work so far. I mean, he smacked him a couple of times. Now they're going to push strong on this back end here. They should get this guy deleted. Artie's probably about to be reloaded. He's going to try to hit, I would assume, the E75. Maybe the Paladin.
You got Bloody down there now. He's going
Paladin.
in hard for that.
Artie's putting in work for this team.
And they're about to lose him. Yeah, they're going to
Fox Command
Bloody
took a
not
shot.
able to- And Bloody could not delete the artillery and leaves him on 3 HP. Oh, that's rough.
They're getting ready to own the cap, though, so this is not good for KFN1.
Yeah, Abaddon got bled hard.
Trinity's going to get the Draugen out. Nope, he's going to pull around on the Hydra, and the Hydra got him. KFN1's got a lone Draugen down here. He's going to be in some problems in a minute. Now we've got the Iron Rain, which is now on a reload.
Yeah, KFN1's going to go ahead and take it. It looks like both teams did learn. And from what they
CDN's
saw with
CDN's Vanguard has done a really good job on this back end, actually. Now he's going to go in here and work over this Udez.
Yeah, I think the problem was they completely forgot, or either he got in position and not spotted, or they just completely decided to just forget about him.
KFM1 forgot about him, and I think it had a lot to do because, you know, Light Tank YOLO'd Artie, okay? Artie was hitting big shots on the cap. He was a problem. GG to CDN on that one.
Yeah, I mean, new guy put in some work, but just that Artie, I want to see what that Artie. Yeah, the Artie put in some work with 2 kills.
2 kills. Mm-hmm.
He definitely put some work in for the CDN side. I mean, KFM1, dude has put in the work. I mean, not getting that Artie down quicker definitely hurt him, and Bloody going down in the Vanguard and not able to get out definitely hurt him.
Yeah, so KFM1 was a little slow getting up the hill. CDN made it up there relatively fast. KFM1 put a couple of tanks on the cap that were able to get hit by Artie. You know, after that point, it was kind of a wrap. Artie was smacking pretty hard. It gave them the overmatch up there. They were able to push around, delete tanks relatively fast. GG to CDN on that one.
Okay, what we got here? We got some. Okay, hold on. I got to make the room public real quick. KFN1 lost somebody.
Pretty decent pin rate out of CDN.
Okay, we're gonna have a pause here. Get Bloody for Fun's guys all got kicked out of party chat, so they're trying to get all their guys back into a party chat, so they're not trying to use the sometimes unreliable game chat.
Ah, I got you. I know all too well about that.
Oh yeah, so do I, because I have Xbox.
You know, I actually just realized both these teams are all PS PlayStation clans, right?
Yep, both of these guys are PS clans. UseCan is actually the only the only main Xbox clan in this tournament right now. Now, JYM has the negative factor going against them as far as they have to use game chat. So if game chat messes up for them, that's a done deal. We've had that happen to us where game chat goes down and you don't have like the app or anything, you lose comms with your guys. It is not fun.
Right.
We did have a guy drop out from KFN1, made the room public for him. Yeah, no. Yeah, they lost a guy here. I'm going to give them a minute to get the guy back in. Okay, Ducky, I see your little message in the chat. Flirt just showed me. Yeah, I know you got some time to get your arty in the lobby. Correct. Yeah, KFN1 is down one guy. Just waiting on a confirmation of him getting him back in. Okay, his guy lagged out. Gotta love internet. But I mean, the tournament's moving pretty quickly. I mean, we started
Yeah.
2 hours ago, and we're pretty much going to the loser bracket. So
Yeah, that's
it's definitely
something.
moving.
That's something I was going to comment on. You know, I play comp. I played, you know, in a lot of comp games. I've streamed a lot of comp games. And that's something I've really got to compliment these guys on. All these teams so far. I mean, these maps or these matches that went back to back to back, no problem. Hardly any wait in between the games. I mean, that speaks highly of the way you guys run things over in MapFights. I mean, it's going great.
Yeah. Currently, the tourney is being run by me. I'm pretty. I basically it's the communication really. The
Yeah.
communication. I'm messaging out once we go to that once we go launching into that third battle. I'm messaging a clan leader and saying, "Hey, can you make your room?" And then I bow out. I'm going in. And I'm setting it all up to where it needs to be done.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
smooth. The transition is really nice.
really, we got some people rooting on both sides. Okay, we've got some people saying CDN all day. We got some saying let's go KFN1. We do have a division. We've got somebody from JYM definitely rooting for KFN1 here. I'm just gonna wait for this.
Yep, we're just waiting for all clear from both teams.
Yep, I've got the CDN. They got the making sure. Yeah, Bloody's a little not on the super savvy side, but he's doing some. He's trying to coordinate with the cell phone. He's not the super tech savvy guy, but he does a good job.
Hey, I
Yep,
mean,
and we got a confirm ready. So again, we've got pretty much both sides even with premium use, and both sides having one guy in a tech tree tank. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see what map we get this time. Kunes.
yep, good map. This should be a good brawl. I've been looking. I haven't noticed anybody with a 3 mark tanked yet. We do have CDN backing an Artie.
I don't know. It could work. Okay, it looks. Let's see. We got
Artie could go in their favor here, but it could also die pretty quickly. It's really going to depend on if he moves with his team. Getting a lot of marks on the map.
Is going to go with the same lineup. We have seen a lot of that out of the teams today, as they are kind of sticking to the same kind of lineup of tanks, not really switching them fully out. Yeah, looks like KFN1's going to... I mean, the way KFN1's going to push this, if they can get rid of that Artie, they can pretty much kind of do what CDN did against SW on Manaheim and utilize this one-line hill to kind of get some resets on the base.
Well, one advantage that CDN is going to have is they're going to own the hill with the windmill on it that overlooks the cap on this side. Now, I know the other side has a little hill with a windmill, but it has more of an obstructed view of the cap, and the view range on these tier 8s, I don't know that they're going to, they might have shots clear over to here. We'll see. But this hill over here that CDN owns is a powerful hill. CDN might lose their Artie here. KFM1, he definitely is going looking for him, and he's going to take cross shots getting there, and he's going to clip out, so he'll be reloading. I don't know. This might have been too early of a push.
Blue's going to sit there, I think, try to get unspotted. I mean, the Trinity's bled pretty heavy. The Slaughter's getting bled. So Bloody's going to go ahead and try to...
Artie just shot and missed. Bloody's reloaded.
Bloody's not spotted, so Bloody's going to, I think, yeah, he's going to go right for the Artie now.
Yep, he just got reloaded. CDN's got their light tank coming back, so Bloody's going to have to hurry up here because he's probably going to get deleted for this. CDN just lost a tank, and now they're going to lose their Artie. Okay, so this is going to be a good trade. Even if the Vanguard goes out here, they got the Artie out. That's a big deal. You don't really have to have the light here.
Not now, and the Trinity's just getting bled, and Bloody's going to try to get himself out. Yep,
well,
he's getting himself out of there.
See, that was the other thing. It's a double-edged knife with what Bloody did for KFM1. He went over, yeah, he got the Artie, but he's also distracted all these tanks. They're all looking at him, shooting at him.
And the G-Sword's getting just bled. The G-Sword went from full health down to, like, dead.
Yeah, why CDN? CDN should have never sent the G-Sword after a light tank. Okay, they finally got him out, but man, they lost 3 tanks doing it. Great play by KFM1.
That was a amazing trade. I mean, yeah, it looked bad for Bloody, but then he basically decided to say, okay, hold up. I'm going to hide here in this building, get unspotted. I'm going to poke this hill where
okay,
so originally poked it.
Now KFM1's got this UDES. He's going to get set up here, and he's going to stay unspotted. He'll be able to bleed this icebreaker out.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, this map definitely played to Bloody running the light, which, like we've seen, teams are just
KFM1's pushed here hard, and they're going to delete this Hydra fast. Nice. Now the UDES is starting his bleed on the icebreaker.
Yeah, and I think the only tank left is going to be E-Money, I think, back in the T1, yep, the TL1 PC. So he's going to be by himself. Yeah,
UDES is farming him, but KFM1's coming around and with authority. They're going to get this guy out real fast. All that's left is this. The CDN made the huge mistake of committing so many tanks to that light tank. And they brought off a TD to chase a light. That TD should have stayed, you know, up here. This LPC would have been much better to go after him, but they didn't have to leave this hill for that light tank.
Nah, they did. They really did. Like, okay, you lose your Artie, but you still kind of have control.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should have just kept the hill, but they committed a bunch of tanks to kill that light.
Yeah,
it cost them the game.
When you started talking about that, so KFM1's going to go ahead and even this up, a 1-1 even draw now.
Yep, KFM1 handled that one too with authority.
Yeah, they did, and Bloody really did play that smartly with how he ran that. Where the heck did he go with his Vanguard? Basically going in. I mean, he I'm gonna say that was the MVP play. Bloody basically
For sure.
pulled the MVP
For sure.
because he ended up forcing. I believe I saw every gun trying to shoot Bloody, and they
Yeah.
just could not delete him. And their G-Sor got bled. Their Else 1190 got bled, and it just went downhill for them from there once they moved out of those spots because they didn't have to worry about an artillery that match.
Yeah, so there's two things that Bloody did with that Vanguard. You know, even though he's down here at number 8 on his team, he's number 1. Two things he did. One, he went in, he took Artie out of the game. That's huge. Two, he lived long enough to cause, what was it, 4 different tanks from CDN to commit to try to kill him. And when they did that, they all turned turrets. They all started driving and exposing. KFM1 just had open bleeds on all those tanks chasing this Vanguard. What they should have done was let him kill Artie. It's a wrap. He's gone. The Vanguard was going to have to try to retreat out of there. Keep your positions. You had strong positions, and just shoot at the Vanguard on his way out. That would have been the play. They committed a lot of tanks to that Vanguard. GG to KFM1. And again, yeah, Udaz up there. I mean, he had free farms the whole game. We got a battle on our hands. We're tied 1-1.
Yeah, we are tied. So what we got going on in the chat? I can.
Right now, we've got these plans. They're really hyped for this one. They think this is going to be a brawl. That this one's going to go in the 5. Everybody's really interested to sit here and see this one.
I'm really interested to see who UseCan is going to match up with. Are they going to match up against CDN, or are they going to match up against KFM1? I'm also really interested to see the Arid and SW matchup too.
Yeah, and those will take place next weekend, correct?
Yeah, that'll take place next weekend, July 9th. That'll be the finals and grand finals.
Cool deal. Same time?
Yeah, same time. CDN did lose a player. Okay, room is public. Let him know that, please and thank you, baby. All right.
Great matches so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying these matchups. I really, really am.
Now the fun part is about these matches is now we know the setups that they might do on certain maps, and now they got to redo all their strats.
Well, but next weekend, don't we go? Okay, so we move into tier 9, correct? And then it's tier 9 for the rest of the tournament, right?
No, it goes tier 9, and then the grand finals is a tier 10.
Oh, nice. So we're tier 9s for the semis, and then for the grand, oh, nice. Okay, so tier 10.
Yep. That'll also be teams are giving the chance to.
Yeah.
You got confirmed readies? Okay. Teams are going to be given the opportunity, like if their guys aren't able to make it next week, I am going to provide them the opportunity to change out up to 3 people on the rosters.
So they got 3 roster changes next week?
They will get a free roster change because some clans can take it and some clans can't.
Cool deal. CDN really likes this Trinity. I don't know if it's just this guy's only tank. Me personally, I feel like there's a lot of other tanks better.
Now it's going to be a matter of both teams did get a chance to see how UseCan played this and how JYM played this.
So we've got an Artie on both sides of the field now.
Ooh. And do I see 2 light tanks out of CDN? I do. So who's in the Artie for KFN1?
It's an FE305. I mean, that sucker's annoying. Everybody in chat and everybody in this game knows that when you're on a team facing a team with an FE305, it'll make you want to rage. It doesn't hit for a lot, but it hits over and over and over and over again.
Another one that's pretty much a behemoth is not a lot of people speak about it, is the Lafa, the French Tier 5 artillery.
So the two Vanguards, which one is in an unskinned version, the tech tree version. The CDN's going to take the 1-2 line, which pretty good stance. KF1 is going to take the bottom, the right side of the map, the 7-8-9 line, which is also another powerful area. It's going to be weird how this plays out. Artie's going to end up being a huge factor here.
Oh, he definitely is. And if this Scourge can pretty much stay unspotted here and not get shot, it basically puts permanent cap pressure on where CDN has to commit something to come in after him.
So something interesting, though, is KFM1's got cap pressure on. Problem is they're sitting in areas where Artie from CDN is going to be able to hit them. And this Hydra is going to keep them lit.
Yeah, I think that Scourge would have been better if he maybe would have rotated.
He's now playing Artie safe. But this guy's definitely not. I like CDN's map presence here. KF1 doesn't have a bad one, but they're setting up to try to take out Artie. Problem is CDN's really protecting it pretty good, actually. Which I haven't seen him shoot yet. I don't know if he's just waiting for a shotgun or what he's doing.
Well, here's the thing of it, Noodle.
They're pushing the back end for this Artie now.
In Cold War, KFM1 held this map for the longest time. So on this map, they know the ins, the outs, the hills, and where to place certain tanks. Especially in Cold War, they do. So when they come into World War II, they're looking at the same exact hills and everything to put this pressure on to draw them out.
Okay, so they are going to get the Artie out of here. He was only able to get one shot off again. They might trade here. Oh, Vanguard rammed on accident. They're going to go out here. But they did get the Artie out. But I don't know if this was a good trade.
I wouldn't necessarily say they're out. These guys here, KFM1, they can pull some stuff off. You'd be amazed.
The Vanguard might slip out.
Vanguard out. Vanguard's escaping.
So, I mean, CDN did decide to do the push. I mean, I think they got 3 on that cap right now. So
somebody's lit on fire. We got to get in here and look at this brawl. Oh, the icebreaker kill shot. And he did go down. Yeah, CDN's got a little bit of an advantage going on here. KFM1's got 2 TDs tied up back here. They might be able to get...
Now, if Bloody does this right, is able to stay unspotted. He can put shots into the back of that icebreaker because...
This ELC is unspotted sitting here, but he doesn't really have any shots. But he is keeping them lit.
The icebreaker took a shot. We've got the Sergeant Slaughter and Trevi with the Hydra. They're both a one-shot.
Yeah, KFM1 can still clean this one up, especially if their Artie gets in the game here. He had to relocate, and he just goes down, didn't he? Yep, he went down.
Artie was down.
This is going to be tough for KFM1 to clean up, especially with CDN committed to capping.
CDN does have them by well over almost 5,000 health.
CDN had Beast just got a nice shot in on that Paladin. Now this DLC should be able to come in and clean them up. And they're going to go for the TDs. Interesting, KFM1's Charioteer just drove over out of cover to try to circle and get a kill here. He's going to get lit up for it. We're down to the final 2. Looks like CDN is going to take this round.
Yep, we're going to go up to a 2-1.
He missed 2 of his shots on the Vanguard. The Iron Rain did.
Yeah.
Let's see what this
That
Udez can do.
I mean, the Udes can be that line can be kind of trolly if you can bob and weave that tank up and down the right times. I've seen people bounce a lot in them tanks. And again, new guy taking top and using that Udez, so they definitely are not going to probably change him out of that Udez.
Udez is a very strong tank. I mean, he's doing well in it. He's putting up big numbers. All right, so GG to CD in there. They just they held the map control. They held the cap. When KFM1 made that push on their RD, they did really well. They took out the Draugen. They made the Vanguard kind of obsolete over there. Took him out of the match for a little while. And while all that was going on, their mid kind of convened on that cap. Took out some tanks. So GG to CDN.
All right, let's see what they got going on. I mean, right now we're gonna have our first match where it goes to at least a fourth battle right now. No. CDN's up
Another
2-1,
thing,
so
another thing to note is KFM1's Artie. He was only able to get 200 damage in that game. So CDN played very Artie safe, kept him on the move, forced him into the city. He didn't have much shots from there.
okay, I'm gonna have to make this public. Looks like CDN's gonna sub out their roster of 15. Both teams did have to submit a roster of 15 people, so they are able to interchange out of those 15 at any point in time. They do
Nice.
only get they're only allowed to sub per round. So per set of 5, they're only allowed to sub 2 times. So
Nice.
they have to be careful with those subs. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know what the. I'm gonna message Abaddon because KFN1 is bowing out of here. I'm not sure if they're gonna do a full-blown sub rotation of their entire team or what.
Hopefully they're just subbing out people and not giving up.
I hope not. Let me find out what's going on here. I'm a little confused now. Let me get with their guy real quick and see what's going on.
They're only down by 1. I mean, it's easy for them to bring this back, and they're not getting washed out by any means. I mean, couple of little mistakes, and that's really it. It's not like they're getting blown, hopefully they're not just quitting.
Exactly. I hope they're not.
It does appear that way, though. I would have a hard time believing they're gonna. Well, I don't know. Here, people are joining. Maybe they're just gonna rotate out an entire new crew.
I mean, you're still going to see a lot of the same guys though, because it's a 10v10, and they only were
true.
allowed up. So maybe their guys thought it was done. I mean, I'm gonna think with that. I'm getting with the guy right now because there is a time limit to doing this. Because I don't want to see what I'm confused right now because I mean it was going good. So
Confusions happen, miscommunication. Maybe they thought that it was best of 3.
They must have. That's what I'm about to find out right now. Yep, that's what it was. There was confusion. They thought it was a best of 3.
Okay, so then that cleans up, that confusion anyway. So that's good. Glad to see that.
I'm gonna give them a few minutes to get their guys back on. Some of them probably logged out. Yeah, they're just popping in now.
No problem.
Go down that roster list for KFN1 real quick. I just want to make sure there's no illegal roster changes outside of who's listed as who's going to be participating. I don't want no funny business.
Thanks for sticking with us, chat. It's been multiple great games. And honestly, this KFM1 and CDN match has so far been the closest of all of them.
Yeah.
Of course, we got JYM dominating their last matches. They're moved on to next weekend. We're getting them back in here, chat. They thought that it was best of 3 and not best of 5. So just some slight confusion. We'll get them back in here and get going again. Real quick, while we're waiting, I would tell you that if you guys are not in our Discord, we have a pretty sizable Discord, really active, a lot of different tanks, people from the community. Join that if you feel like it, and also our YouTube, which this match will be going on there in more of a cinematic way. But all of our tournament matches we stream and play in go there. I also do tank reviews and ace games, Top Gun games. So make sure to check out our YouTube while you're at it. And then this is MapFights. So if there's anybody here watching that are, have a team or interested in joining a team or anything related to the MapFights tournament, you can contact Samurai. He could probably tell you a couple other people you can contact. I know Trevi D420, which is on the screen for the team here, CDN. I know he's another one. If you're interested in learning about that.
There's also the Bubba Go Boom's another one you can hit up via the PlayStation or Discord. He is actually the founder. Bubba Go Boom, Trevi D, and Greg Graham are actually the 3 founders for MapFights League.
There you go. Yep.
And
so
we've expanded.
Yeah, so if you're interested in MapFights, hit any of those guys up. They'll be more than happy to talk to you. MapFights is a really fun league. It's not like all the other leagues. They do it way different. They even have Cold War. So if you're interested in Cold War, they have that. A lot of different teams to join if you're not in on a team. So yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of different clans. You're seeing at least 6 of them today competing, and they're all good.
I mean, my current, my team TE, we don't actually partake in MapFights. But I've partaked in it in the past. I'm in like 6 or 7 other leagues of all the comp communities and leagues. MapFights is definitely one of the smoothest ran and the most active as far as teams competing, matches taking place. Plus, they do a variety of different things, so it's not just one league doing one game mode with one tier. MapFights does multiple game modes, multiple tiers, multiple maps, and even Cold War. And to my best knowledge, MapFights is the only league doing Cold War at the moment. So,
yes. All right, we got the confirmed readies. We're going to go see if we're going to take this to a 5th battle, first one of the day.
El Haloof, nice.
Ooh, now this could be, depending what they bring, this could either be a big brawl or it could be one-sided, depending upon the tank selection.
If I was in control of one of these teams, 1000% you go to the corner, to the cap. You can play from there. There's hold down positions, there's side scrape positions. Now, the only other kicker is CDN has an arty, KFM1 does not.
KFM1 is going to be playing down. They're going to have a Tiger Shark here, but they are playing pretty beefy. We've got a Stockade, a T-28 Pro, a Paladin, a Tiger 2, a Lurver, and the HMH Chrysler 2. So they're pretty beefy tanks to go over there. And what do we got for CDN pushing over to the cap?
They're setting up pretty good. I think KFM1 is committing too many tanks on the back end. But we'll see. They kind of need to play a little aggressive on the back end because CDN has an arty. So far, KFM1 is undefeated when they go in to kill the arty. And arty could be a factor on this map. especially with the cap where it is. He could really get some big shots in. CDN's doing the right thing, though. They're going extremely heavy down here.
See, if the cap played the same way like it does in NBA, where you don't get that contested, KFN1 could just pop one tank right against this rock here where the Artie can't hit and just surround him with all the big beefy tanks.
KFN1's in trouble. They've got a Vanguard versus a Tiger Shark, and the Tiger Shark is going to lose. I think he's going to take another shot. Oh, wait, no. So the T1 LPC didn't help, but the TD did. Tiger Shark won. He had help. The guys from his hill helped him. I thought the LPC was going to peek around and help get another shot in, but he didn't. Which I don't guess he could. He probably got spotted, and the guys on the hill were just going to punish. Everyone's going to get real aggressive on the back end, which is the play. They have to do this. Now, what they need to do is clean up this back end and then rush in to get back shots. The problem is they have to rely on their teammates, their heavies, to live long enough up here to make that happen. If these heavies can live while KFM1 cleans up that back end, it's a GG.
It is, and it does look like that's what they're going to do. If they can,
their Paladin has bled everything, though. He got tracked and deleted.
Ooh.
They legitimately just need to play passive here and hope for the best. The bad news is on the back end, they're not playing as aggressive as they should have.
Yeah, it's collapsing down. You got the G-Sore. Yep, the Udez is going to go down. New guy not going to be able to probably put in as much work as he has been. And that's going to be the problem. Yeah, Chariot Tears getting bled out. Udez definitely got bled bad. But the big thing here is the G-Sore is probably, I think, now on his reload. Yeah, he is, but he's about reloaded.
CDN's doing the smart thing here. I think they did it a little unorganized. The E2 and the Sergeant Slaughter should have pushed with them. But they should have pushed this, delete these guys fast. They might lose the Hydra here.
Got Trevi D down to a one-shot.
They did lose the Hydra, and now they're going to back off on the back end. They're going to lose this AMX. The low might go out too. Oh, big hit from Artie. Okay, well, that changes the outlook of this end. Had Artie not landed that shot, they could have got this 49 out. Yeah, Artie hit a big one there. That was a nice shot by Artie. CDN's definitely got the better positions, and they're well up on hit points. They got the Ragnarok out. Now we just got to focus on this heavy here. The Udez did get a kill shot in on the Icebreaker. He's still sitting out there, but he's about to take it from the LPC. Nice communication out of this team. CDN has definitely got their shots, their focus fire down pat.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see next week now, because you're going to have two teams that do very good focus fire, very good comms, facing off against each other, with it being JYM versus CDN. So it's definitely gonna be very, very interesting to see what is gonna happen. So we are gonna have KFN1 versus...
I'm kind of surprised that they chose the safe option here and they capped the flag instead of coming over and just killing the heavy. But they chose to take the safe route and cap it, which is fine. You know, it got you the victory. GG. Go look at the scoreboard. CDN is going to take that one. So it'll be 3-1, and CDN will advance. Oops, that's wrong one there. There we go. So over on the scoreboard, it's what we expected to see. KFN1 had a great setup out of the gate. They took down their light. They took down CDN's light tank. They didn't play as aggressive as they should have on that back end. They got caught out on that hill. They took some cross shots from the cap area. The Ragnarok bailed on KFM1, went over and tried to start helping the mid. The Udez took a whole clip, from CDN's G-Sore. So they fell apart on that back end. They didn't play as aggressive, and they got caught out for it. Over on the heavy side, KFM1, they tried to play a little bit too aggressive. They lost their paladin, and then everybody else kind of dissolved after that. They should have played a little more passive. They had time. They didn't have to force anything there. All they needed to do is give their back end time to clean that up. So a couple little mistakes out of KFM1 there. Overall, they played it very well. CDN committed to it and got it done, and they're moving on.
Yes, they are, and we are gonna have UseCan versus KFN1. So
Yeah,
okay,
and that'll
send
be
him
in
show
the
that one.
losers bracket, correct?
Yes, we are now moving to the losers bracket, the advance tier 7. Yes, it is set up as tier 7. So let them know that, please, and thank you.
Yep, and that'll all take place next Saturday.
Yep, we'll be playing this match. Then we'll have the Arid versus SW after this, and then we will have the winners of those two matches face off to see who's gonna be advancing to the finals, to wait and see who loses between JYM and CDN. So it is a chance that JYM or CDN loses, but still is able to possibly play in the grand final. So it's a possibility we'll see both of them fight it out again, depending on what happens with
Right.
the double elimination.
Well, overall, really good games today, chat. All teams played very strong. JYM came out on top. CDN came out on top. They're moving on. The rest will go to the losers bracket to battle it out. And then next weekend, we'll move into that. We'll get that done, semifinals, and then the grand final, which the grand final will be in tier 10. So that'll be very entertaining. So we'll catch you next Saturday. Samurai, you got any final words for anybody?
I mean, I'm enjoying the battles. I mean, Flirt just told me that from the chat, everybody seems to be really, really enjoying the fact that no team is able to really prepare for what they're gonna get.
Yep, it's a huge thing, not being able to practice for a map, not be able to pick tanks for a particular map is another big one. It's a huge one. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. We're going to
Noodle.
Yep,
Noodle.
go ahead.
We're doing the loser bracket right now.
Oh, you want to do the okay, I was confused. I thought that was tomorrow. I mean, next Saturday.
No, it is Saturday. It's this Saturday. It would be Sunday if we didn't have time. Like, let's say all the matches went to a best of 5.
Okay, I
then
got you.
the
I got
loser
you.
bracket would get done tomorrow.
Well, sweet. So who's their next match?
It's going to be KFN1, who just did lose very closely. They kept it close versus UseCan. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Okay, crap. Super sweet.
So neither of these teams have actually faced each other.
And then it's going to be USCan?
Yep, UseCan and KFN1. So we're going to give them a little bit of time. UseCan a little bit of time because they were the first match. So it's some people probably did get off. They do have that 10-minute timer that is currently running, so they do got time. KFN1 does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9, and I think that came in with their 10th. Yep, KFN1 does have their 10. UseCan just needs 2 more players, and they'll have their 10.
I'm excited, man. I thought we were doing this next weekend. Now we get to watch more. This is dope.
Yeah, from what what Flirt told me, what she can hear from the chat, that they are thoroughly enjoying the stream, the competition, that the clans are basically leaving it all out on the field.
Yeah, you can tell everybody's playing strong. I mean, that's why I've always enjoyed, some of these lower clans versus like, Chai and some of the other top guys out there, Immortals. Sometimes, the higher teams, you end up getting blowouts. You don't always get that with these lower teams, and it's extremely entertaining.
It is entertaining. I mean, I wouldn't mind running a tourney for like the higher clans. I mean, this is I pride myself on making sure tournaments are going to be ran. It's a tournament. I'm making sure that my streamer, anybody that's going to be streaming it for me, they're well informed of what's going on, knowing that and get the backdrop because I know these clans. I talk to these clans. I deal with inter clan issues in the league when there's a problem with any of the matches and figure out how to get it to work. I'm gonna and UseCan currently does have 6 minutes to get their last two, get them in here so they don't have to play down. But again, they were the first match of the day, so
Yeah, it'll take them a minute.
it is hard for teams, and that's the way I like setting up these tournaments because it's a matter of which clan is committed more to
Now
getting that done.
these tournaments where you play back to back to back, they're super fun. They're super fun for viewers. They're super fun for the clanmates. You're not just going in and playing one and done. These where you play multiple, I love them. I absolutely love them. I wish more leagues would do more weekend tournaments where you play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 battles, however many battles to get to the final. Just run a whole bracket throughout the whole day, and it's a blast. I really wish there'd be more tournaments like that.
Well, keep your ears out, Noodle. When our season does end, we will be having some talks about possibly doing some more breaks with tournaments, weekend tournaments going on, and possibly with some actual prize money.
Nice.
So, all right, we've got the confirmed readies from UseCan and KFN1. Now, the big thing for this, I'm thinking, is we've already seen dupe maps already. Is UseCan or KFN1 gonna get one of those dupe maps that they've played on? So it now's gonna, that's where when you get into this loser bracket now, it becomes, okay, we've already played. Are we gonna see that same map that we lost on, and then we can play it differently?
Yeah, I mean, it's really anybody's game.
So, I mean, we're going to go ahead and launch this up. It looks pretty even if I'm looking at this right. Both teams are pretty much running about the same amount of premium and tech tree tanks. So let's launch it, see the map.
Steps should be entertaining.
It's going to be entertaining. Yeah, that because the flag over in steps spawns 9-0 line.
Well, I'll tell you one advantage. Okay, so if I was in this match and I was calling, I would immediately send tanks down the mid road and tanks down the left road and just attack the team. Nobody cares about the cap. You split your team into 2 sections and you hit them hard and you just take the victory. We'll see what they do.
All right, so the UseCan's got the Splendid Daddy in a T-29, Jeff Ahern in a Minuteman, Harley Quinn in the T-29. They are running She's Downloaded in a Dreadnought. Bargla's Ghost in a T-29. And they are running another Dreadnought and Blitzwing.
And both teams have an Artie.
And this is definitely going to be interesting. I did get a question from KFN1 about running a lower tier tank. So do you see a tank that's lower tier down there?
On UseCan side?
KFN1. They are new guys in the M44.
Oh, he is. Yeah, nice. I mean, it's an Artie, so,
It is. And it does have a quick reload. So we've got the setter.
KFN1 would have set up similar to the way that I would have done it, and I think this is going to be effective for them as long as these 3 tanks don't just yeet and die and allow them to cap the flag. Because it's going to take a minute for KFN1 to wrap around that backside.
Yeah, the big thing I don't like with bringing an Artie, and I've told my guys this.
And he's doing it. He's
The big thing I tell them is I don't like the Artie because you got to kind of commit something back there sometimes to kind of protect it, or the Artie has to keep moving up, which becomes dangerous for the Artie.
Okay, so all these guys really need to do is just wait. They've got an Artie, just keep them spotted, stay protected, don't get yeeted out of the match. If these guys die before their back end has time to move, which they're doing really slowly, this is going to be a victory for US Can.
Use Can Harley Quinn does go down. I think you meant KFN1, not Use Can.
No, KFN1 has to stay alive here. They can't. These 3 tanks cannot die. They have to give their back end time.
Okay, I see it now. Okay, but they did take out Harley Quinn in the T-29, so they are wrapping around. Oh, Fadekin did take a massive hit though from their artillery.
Yeah, already. The light tank might clean him up here. The Banshee's going to take shots getting out of there. He shouldn't have done that. He did make it over though. I don't know if... See, KFM1's already moved, and it took him out of the game for a minute. He's just now getting ready to start taking shots again. I'm not sure if KFM1 has left these guys alive long enough. They already did just take a shot. I didn't see if it hit anything. Okay, now we're going to see if KFM1 can merge in. They've got some tanks that are hurt in the cap. They're going to be coming in full health here, basically. They are focus firing back here on this backside. They are going to get him deleted. KFM1 should be able to clean this one up. It's...
Yeah, that KV3 though is just getting bled. Yeah, he's gone. He got bled and bled bad, but they're pretty full health.
Yeah, they're
full.
The problem is they yeeted in. They're not waiting for their team to catch up. I mean, he's going in and he's got the whole team shooting him. You know, you got to wait and give your teammates time to get up and get those other shots. They still have a chance to get this. They've got to remember they have an artillery. Stay hold down, take the shots. He already hit a decent one there.
Yeah, Sutter, the Lioness is rotating out where he's going to be able to be free pickings if that Dreadnought gets a shot on him.
Already missed that shot. US Can's they're probably going to get this one cleaned up here.
Yeah, they did get rid of the VK, so US Can made some mistakes, but KFN1's mistakes gave US Can the W.
Yeah, KFN1 had that the setup perfect. I think where they messed up, maybe Artie moved, took him out of the game for a little bit. I think he should have just stayed and kept shooting with his 3 tanks that were over watching the cap. Those 3 tanks didn't really play as passive as they probably should have. And then the big thing, though, which actually really kind of sealed the deal, the KV3 and the Minuteman for KFM1 pushed up at 2 separate times. So they had the whole team of US Can shooting them. And then when the Minuteman came in, he came in before his other guys had a chance to even get over here and get shots. So that was just kind of a maybe miscommunication on their end. But either way, that's what sealed the deal.
They had time. The cap wasn't low. I mean, I could see them yeeting in if like there was like 5 seconds in and they desperately need the reset, but they didn't need the reset. So maybe it was some miscommunication on that end. So the US Can's gonna wrap this one up. I mean,
let's see if Artie can shotgun somebody. You know, we've got to wrap it up with a nice shotgun one shot. And he did not get it. GG to US Can here. KFN1 had the better setup, I believe. It was just poor execution. Go look at this scoreboard.
That last end was where they just yeeted that KV3 just went over because the KV3 doesn't have the gun depression, so it has to go all the way over, and that whole time the entire underplate of that tank is exposed, And yeah, he got a shot in, but he just got deleted and paid for it. And then the Minuteman paid for it as well. I mean, you've got a good damage spread for both teams. You've got Resistful and the VK4503 with 2577, 3 kills. The Minuteman out of Cable Wizard at 1893. The M44 did put in work with 997.
Yeah, he had a few good
And
shots.
I mean, they basically neutralized Cloutrix and the Crusader, who I've definitely been having run-ins in pub matches.
You know, Demon Lord on US Ken's side in that setter did a phenomenal job. 17 shots fired, 15 pins. I mean, you did a phenomenal job.
He is one of their better players on, I like to always say, on paper. Because that's all basically a W8 is. It's the same thing as like for football, baseball, or any other major sport. They look good on paper, but how do they perform in the moment? And there were some times I thought he was going to get deleted, and he did not.
He did a phenomenal job. He was pinning his shots. I mean, you know, that's a huge thing, especially for a light tank that's running around. You know, he was running circles over there with the mediums and heavies. You know, 1v3. Did a phenomenal job. He definitely helped clutch that up for them. So GG US Can will go up 1.
I mean, both the teams, both teams do got to realize they have time. Even if the timer runs out, the match gets replayed. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand you want to get that W. You want to you don't have to play super aggressive, because that's the caveat of it. Is I want the teams to have legit wins. Either you kill them all or you cap that base. So the teams, like with UseCan, they seem to be pretty hurried when they were fighting JYM. Like after that first draw that they had, basically they started like playing faster, not realizing slow the game down, because it's a game of inches.
You got to play it for your other teammates. You know, if you've got people making flanks, you've got to time it perfect. You know what I mean? You can't come in one at a time, because if you come in one at a time and you've got 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks shooting you, you're dying fast.
And we've got Abby.
Abby's going to be unique.
It is.
I've seen Abby in a comp match in a long time.
So we've got, let's see what UseCan's running. Let's see if they bring the same thing. They are bringing an Artie. They are bringing 3 T29s, a Minuteman, 2 Dreddies again, E3 Setter, and a Crusader SP again.
KV1 or KFM1 really likes this KV3. We'll see how they set up here. I'm going to assume KFM1's going to go hot and heavy down 1-2, which isn't a bad thing as long as you got a couple of tanks to try to keep that flank from happening. They're already, I think, is okay. No, he's moving. I thought he was maybe AFK. He could get caught out here though.
There are
US Can's going to have a strong position here.
There are several ways you can play this. If KFM1 can lock down that 1-2 line, and keep their haul down tanks there are lots of places on that base that hill can absolutely just destroy you.
The good news is if you win this side over here and you got a tank sitting here, they cannot cap that flag for 2 reasons. 1, if they peek behind those buildings, these guys get resets. 2, they can easily come down, trot across, and boom, they're in the cap. So winning this side over here, now that they're committed to it, is going to be crucial, which they should. They have a massive overmatch. Hopefully they realize that and push it hard.
Now you do have the Dreddy on, so yeah, where that Dreddy is,
Artie hit a big shot. Artie just whacked the VK 4503 pretty good. It's going to force him to back up. Minuteman's going in alone here. Yeah, this is going to be bad maybe for KFM1. They need to plan this perfectly. Okay, Lioness is going to take all the smoke here. Minuteman needs to pull around, but he's got to worry about that Dreadnought. Dreadnought's keeping him locked down. This Lioness came up way too fast. He should have waited for his KV3. This could be bad.
Now, UseCan, I did not notice this, but they ran 2 light tanks with the one being the Lycan. I did miss that.
Dreadnought got a shot in.
Oh, the KV3's pushing in, so they are going to delete this T-29. Should be able to easily delete him.
Yep, their focus fire is good. BK was bouncing a few shots.
Now they need to not worry about that light tank and just rotate back down to try and get these resets and make them, because I mean the Dreddy's just sitting in prime location just to be farmed, and so is that T-29.
They're kind of fighting each other too. I've noticed they keep ramming each other and knocking each other off their shots. They're not really pushing clean. This guy's face hugging, so he's keeping his team from shooting. They've got that cleaned up, but I don't know. They may have wasted a little bit of time. This guy might be able to get a reset, but as soon as he gets spotted, they're just going to RBRT this guy out of the game. We'll see if he can get it.
He missed.
He did miss.
But he will reload in time to possibly get a reset.
Maybe. He missed again. He's not taking his time, and it cost him the game. Oh, Artie got the reset.
All right, already got the reset, so they can play this a little slower. They don't have to play it. Oh, down went the Banshee.
They've wasted too much time on this back end with this light tank.
The AMX is going to go down here. The AMX is going to go down. Oof. I mean, I'm not sure if that loss to CDN messed with them a little bit, because they are not playing. They're not playing it how they were playing it. So I'm not sure.
One huge problem is these heavy tanks took a very long route. They didn't have to go that way. They needed to get resets. I mean, they're kind of trying to clean it up now, but I think they're going to lose their E3 here. They just lost their other Minuteman. They're losing their Artie currently. They just lost their Artie. He might get whacked by this Dreadnought.
Dreddy just fired, so Dreddy's about to be reloaded. Dreddy is reloaded, so he's got to be careful. Dreddy got him, so now the Linus can kind of farm him as the KV3 comes in, but he's bouncing his shots.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the reload, but he is bouncing.
They're not bouncing on him, though. That's the key thing. They're pinning their shots. USCan is pinning. And now they got the KV3 left. He's a one-shot. And then this heavy's finally coming off of the hill, getting in the game.
Yeah, like the teamwork. Like I said, I don't know if that loss to CDN messed with them, because their teamwork is not there right now.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they struggled a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that steps match, they had good teamwork, and then it just collapsed. And here they had the
He lit him on fire. That was a good hit.
Did he?
Their Dreadnought made a mistake. He's going to be out of the game for a minute. If we're lucky, the Minuteman might clutch this. He's got to get real lucky. They're pinning their shots on him, so now it's not good. He's drove forward. He should have just stayed back here, but okay, GG. Everyone made a couple little errors there at the beginning, and then midway through. The guy that went through the mid to try to get those resets, he wasn't ever stopping and aiming his shots in. He was just driving and shooting, and his shots wasn't even hitting. He should have just stopped, let his shots aim in, and just stay there. There was no reason for him to try to YOLO out like that.
He YOLO'd out and killed himself, I think.
He did. He fell off the hill and died, but he should have just stopped and tried to take some shots, or he could have helped kill that light tank off of that Minuteman and let that Minuteman get up there a little faster. Either way, a couple little mistakes, nothing bad. I mean, they played good. The KV3 put in some work. He carried that side when they pushed. Got 3 kills with 2,500 damage.
Yeah, I mean yeah, this is going to be the last one. Yeah, they can. They can always change tanks. Did they?
Did we have a
Okay,
rule
so don't.
violation?
No rule violations.
Okay.
They were asking if they can change tanks. I think there might be some miscommunication with them, or maybe some of the teams.
Can we talk about this guy's the real champion? Gino in the E3 just donated a ton of silver to Wargaming because, you know, we have to pay for custom games. 42 shots fired. This man was not letting off of the trigger.
Well, look at this then. I did not look at him.
42 shots fired.
Now, depending upon what he's firing, those premium shells are not cheap.
No, he definitely donated some silver to that one.
He definitely did. I mean, so did the Lycan with 20 shots fired.
Yeah. USCAN played that really good, man. They, you know, they pinned their shots, they focus fired, and that's key. KFM1 looked like they were
one side.
They looked like they were not communicating very
well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a matter because Get Bloody wasn't able to continue, and comms are going.
Is he their caller? Is Get Bloody their caller?
He's one of their main callers, yes.
Okay, and he's not even in the game now, so yeah, that could be the big difference.
Yeah, but I mean, they do have Abaddon who does. I mean, the biggest loss for them today is them not having Robin Blue Nose. That is really Bloody, Robin, and Abaddon are really Robin and Bloody are the two main big callers for KFN1. And with Robin being UK time and at work, they are playing a little down because if you put Bloody and Robin together, it's a very different ball game with them two.
Good game so far, though. So we're moving on. USCAN's up 2, KFM 1-0. USCAN just needs one more to wrap this one up and progress in the losers bracket.
Yep. So we will, by the end of this match and then the SW match, we will know who's going to be facing.
And
now this I do like Ghost Town.
Yes, finally a brawly map.
Yes, this does play to KFN1's strength based on if they bring brawly tanks, which they have been doing.
I mean, not really. They don't. They got 2 dreadnoughts. They have a bear, which can do a little bit. The hammer is iffy. I'm confused as to why they're not playing more T-29s.
Yeah,
maybe they don't like them.
They're running 2 light tanks, and they pretty much are running haul down tanks.
At tier 7, T-29 owns it. You know, Minuteman's meh. I mean, it's all right, but it doesn't do very good. The T-29 is the king of tier 7. That Lycan's a powerful tier 7. Let's see what USCAN can put together. They're running better tanks for this map. Much better tanks for this map.
Yeah, and they're kind of sticking together, and they're gonna go stick together and steamroll into the inner city now. Whereas you've got
well, that could backfire on you. Sticking in a big group like that on this map for encounter, it can backfire. We'll see what KF1 can pull off.
Hellcat just took a massive hit.
Yeah, he's almost half health. And these 2 teams got very lucky. Neither of them ran an Artie, which is crazy.
No, one of them did. USCAN ran.
USCAN did have an Artie. I missed that over there. So they're at a little bit of a disadvantage here, if you ask me.
Yeah, they're about to lose their Artie, though, because, oh, nope, the Awful Panther has been spotted, but a shot was missed on him. He's going in after the Crusader, as they have turned guns to shoot him.
You know, I don't think he had to YOLO the Artie, because it's I don't.
He's bouncing. Yep, he might get rid of him. Yeah, he gets rid of him, but
The good news
it's
is he
not
drew their tanks back. They're going to maybe get this Dreadnought deleted. I mean, he did create an opportunity for their team.
we did. So that does give KFM1 the opportunity to actually push in.
They got some good positions. I mean, they've got USCAN kind of cornered here. They've got to pin their shots now, though, and focus fire.
You have the TV 100 going against the E3. So if this E25 and this TV can work together, they can get rid of Gino, who's the big silver contributor right now. TVV should TVV just got ammo racked.
No, he's not going to win against an E3 solo. I mean, that E3
and he's not stopping. He's going to get bled. Yeah,
and again didn't wait for his teammate.
Yep, that's
at E3. You can't 1v1 an E3 like that, man. That thing's got a fire rate out of this world.
I mean, it's pretty even, USCAN. I mean, the health is pretty much evened up between the two. So it's just a matter now of which team wants it more right
Dreadnought,
now.
He did hit his shot. They did get the setter out, so that's a good one. But now they're bleeding hard on a reverse here. I mean, they're bleeding hard and then missed that shot. Got a huge overmatch going on back here, but KFM1's kind of dropping.
Yep, there's the Dreddy.
And then you get this T29 and then hurry up and turn around. They've got to ignore that light. That light's going to distract them, man. They've got to get over here and help the rest of their team.
They just took the light out. So KFM1 definitely putting in work now. I think they said we're not going to get embarrassed. We're not going to just get 3-0'd after just going 3-1. We're not going to get embarrassed like that. And I think I think the Abaddon might have stepped up in there and said, look, guys, we got to do better.
But USCAN still has a T29 and a Minuteman in the game. They could put in work here. This T29 needs to turn around. She's got to know that this Lycan's coming behind her. This is critical here. This Lycan's going to clip her out. Okay, so she knows.
He's starting to rotate now.
And they were able to delete that guy. I mean, like I said, Minuteman and T29 still in the game. If they push up too far, they're gonna take shots from they got him out. They can clean this up.
They can.
Okay, they need to converge on Harley Quinn and get her deleted.
There goes the E3. So that Minuteman's focused on the
lit her on fire. She had a fire extinguisher. That was might get her deleted here. And shot him in the turret. You gotta pin these shots.
I was focused on the E25 brawl going on with the Dreddy and the Minuteman. The Dreddy's now by himself. This might come down to a 1v1 here.
I told you, man, the T29 and Minuteman against the tanks that they had left was powerful, and they had a pretty good health pool to deal with. Crazy enough.
Okay, the Minuteman's turn. So I mean, they got to take advantage of this right here. The Minuteman's trying to play it, so the Dreddy's got to do this right. If the Dreddy does this, I don't know if he can get a shot down like that.
Well, it's a Minuteman, so okay, pin the shot. Nice.
So the Dreddy's going to get reloaded here. Yep, Dreddy's reloaded. He's going to get that ass shot.
That was a good cleanup there.
It was.
KFM1 fought really hard. USCAN had a couple of really good tanks left there at the end. It could have been cleaned up by KFM1 or by USCAN. KFM1 pulled it together and Dreadnought shining. Look at that. That was a tough battle. I like that. That was nice. A lot of good damage. That first push by that awful Panther pushing into that Artie, it pulled USCAN's tanks back and allowed KFM1 to get positions on that side of the map, which were critical to their W. Had USCAN, again, it's another one of those baits. You know, yeah, you're losing your arty to a light tank, but you didn't have to commit that many tanks all the way back to your spawn. And then you allowed KF1 to move up to powerful positions. So GG to both teams there. KF1 goes up. They're back in the game.
They are. They've kept themselves alive. I mean, they win this one, it goes to a fifth battle, and then it's whoever it then really does become. I mean, KFN1 still has to show that they want it more to advance, so they got to win two back to
And
back.
look,
I mean,
this is the two critical aspects of KF1 pulling that W out. You've got the VK, 12 shots fired, 10 pins. Awesome. You got the Dreadnought, 9 shots fired, 7 pins. Awesome. I mean, that's what helped get you the W, pinning your shots.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's
A lot
the
of their
thing.
tanks were pinning.
Yeah, it might have just been a bout of bad luck from for the first two. Maybe this not penning their shots, not maybe just letting the fact that they lost get to them a little bit, and they started rushing. And Abaddon, I think, was able to reel it back in and say, "Look, guys, let's calm it down. Let's show what we can do. We're better than this." And that's what I personally think they did. I mean, USCAN's here trying to prove that they are a good team, and they have so far done it. They've made the little mistakes that they've made have been the main thing that cost them. That's what really cost them against JYM, because those battles with them two, JYM and USCAN, were so close that it, and then they made the mistakes. And JYM capitalized just like USCAN did to KFN1. They just capitalize on the mistakes. It's amazing how quickly a match can shift based on one or two mistakes.
Well, you could tell that KF1 had their communication down in that match. They realized that USCAN pulled that many tanks back for the light tank pushing their arty, and they took advantage of it, man. They moved up. They took the positions they needed that they couldn't have got had those tanks not fell back for that light tank. So communication was on point in that match.
All right, let's rock and roll and see what we got. They're ready. So let's see if
Nice.
KFN1's going to pull another one out.
Oh, man,
And
what a crazy
it's
map.
Donnie.
Well, this one could be interesting.
It can be. I'm not a fan of it on encounter, but I do love it on standard battle.
Well, the good news for KFN1 is I've noticed they've really taken the early game setup to try to get map control. They're definitely trying to focus on that on all their games they've played so far today. If they take it on this map, it could be crucial. Hopefully, they don't take the bait on where they spawn and just YOLO into that cap.
So we've got Setter Dread T20 3 T29s again.
No arty.
No arty, a T29, a Minuteman, a Setter. So I'm interested. Oh, they USCAN decided to field a third light tank. Which one have they decided to field? They're fielding an Awful Panther and a Lycan. Pretty much same setup that they had for Ghost Town, just they're replacing the arty with an Awful Panther.
Unfortunately, KFM1 isn't going for map control here. If they focus fire,
we lost the tank. Oh no, never mind. The thing, it loaded and then deloaded. That was weird.
Yeah. Spectator mode's still broken. If they focus fire, they could still win this. But USCAN is going to have a lot of side shots going on here real soon. See, this is the problem with the south spawn on this map and encounter like this. This team, for some reason, always tries to filter into the cap as a whole instead of taking map control. Where the north team spawns separate like that, so they naturally go for map control.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, though, USCAN is almost grouped back up and gave it up. I mean, they have two tanks over here in powerful spots that are going to have cross shots for days. And they're landing them. I mean, they got a Minuteman down to 300 health.
Yeah, no, they're bleeding. They're bleeding some tanks badly. And the VK's ammo racked. He's half health right now, and he's on fire now. The VK.
He's going to go out here. I mean, he got into cover. He got into cover finally. But yeah, he's a one shot. You just you can't take the bait as the South team on this map. You get bled, man. You get bled big. This Minuteman's going to drive out in the open, and he's potentially going to get caught out. I mean, he's going to stay spotted from that lichen.
There goes. It's a 1-1, but the exchange is not that good because the Dreddy's going to be reloaded, and Fadekin doesn't seem to even notice that the Dreddy's there.
No. USCAN is out trading KFM1 at this point. KFM1's starting to get out of that city, though, so they may be able to turn this around now. Oh, the lichen just... Okay, so he got it back over. I thought he flipped. They're going to catch the T-29 out down here, but he's going to get a kill shot in on the bear. And the other bear is full health with the lichen. Lichen is on a reload, maybe? Can't tell. No? So they need to push this guy. He's just afraid he's going to get shot. Okay, so now it's Turret's turn. He's got to take advantage of and kill him. There you go. Nice. Nice cleanup. KFM1 can turn this around now.
KFM1.
They're going to catch this T-29 out alone. Hopefully they can swarm this guy and get him deleted. Nice big hit out of the Dreadnought. They did lose a tank over here.
Yeah, but if they can wrap around, if that TV 100 can get wrapped around, he can potentially take out Harley Quinn, who is a one shot. Okay, yeah, so the other T-29's down.
This T-100, so the TV-100 is going to go out.
Oh yeah, he's getting farmed and bled out by the lichen.
Okay, so they got that T-29 deleted. Now they're going to wrap around. These guys are low. These guys are low. KFM1 can bring this one back here.
Yeah, because the Dreddy from New Guy, he can take a shot. Oh,
they're bouncing though.
He rushed his shot.
Nice kill from the lichen. Now he might die to this Dreadnought here. He did draw to the Dreadnought, but he got the Dreadnought to fire. So now they need to take advantage. That liken's clipping him out though. Oh, and then their Dreadnought bounced.
Oh, that's rough.
And now the Minuteman's going to die to the E3 out here. Again, you can't 1v1 an E3, man. Down he goes. They do have a kind of healthy Dreadnought. The problem is USCAN's got an E3 that fires ridiculous, and he's not... I guess he could get one shot, but then they've also got the lichen, which he's going to ignore the lichen. He yellowed around. He doesn't have a shot. He's getting bled. He did get the kill. Lichen cleaned it up barely. What a tight match, man. If that lichen went on reload and let that Dreadnought get reloaded, my goodness. That was crazy. What happened early is KFM1 took the bait of that spawn and they yellowed up on that hill and they put themselves up to get bled, and they did. They got bled really early, really hard. They got off of the hill and then started cleaning it up, but damage was done. It came down to the wire there, though.
Yes, it did.
That lichen, that was crazy. Big shots coming out of New Guy, though, on KFM1 side and that Dreadnought.
Yep, so USCAN is going to advance, and now we're going to go ahead and get our second to last match going. We're going to have Arid and ASW going at it and see who's going to go face off against USCAN.
Good games out of KFM1. I think some of their communication was a little bit of their problem. That last match, that's something that a lot of teams will typically do. You even see that kind of stuff in pub lobbies. That spawn, they like to filter in there, man, and it's a death trap. It really is. Luckily, KFM1 noticed that and got off the hill fast, but they lost a little bit of health doing it.
Can you private message Harley Babe and let her know that she will be next after SW and Arid?
43 shots fired out of that E3 again. That is crazy.
No, I'm confused on what we're doing. It's Arid and SW.
The Lycan had 36 shots fired, man. These two tanks definitely carried them to a victory here. GG's. to US Can. They will be progressing in the losers bracket. Unfortunately, that means an end of the tournament for KFM1. Good showing. I think you played well. GG's. And then what's our next match going to be?
It's going to be Arid versus SW. I'm hoping SW was able to get their full team so we can actually see them perform how I've seen them play. I mean, they could do it. They could. They could. Yes.
Arid versus SW.
Yes. I mean, I'm just hoping the Arid and SW were able to keep their guys together so we can see them
SW
out.
was the team that had to play too short, right? On the
Yes,
first.
they did.
So maybe they've
Yeah,
had time to get it together.
I'm hoping. We got Arid piling in here.
Arid's definitely ready to go.
Yeah, they got their people. That I think they're ready to show up and say, okay, we're not going out like this.
SW was short in the beginning bracket. Maybe they we got some SWs joining though. So
We got I. So
let's see. Hopefully they got a full team this go around.
But I mean, I'll even give them that. Even being down, they nearly pulled off a couple matches because they did get lucky with the map selection.
Well, yeah, even down 2 tanks, none of their matches were a blowout. I mean, they played good.
Hmm.
They have a tournament. Things to get ready.
Okay, so this will actually be the last match tonight. USCAN does that. Wait a minute, hold on. Fair enough. This might be the last one because I believe USCAN does have another match, another tournament they have to go to. So this will actually be the last match of the stream, sir.
Oh, okay, so they've got another tournament they got to go play. So we'll just pick up next Saturday with their match, right?
Yeah, I can throw their match in then. So that's what we'll do. See if she can get her guys together for next Saturday. We'll run her match first.
All right, so I'm not wrong this time, chat. This will be the last one.
Got six SW.
SW's getting some in here, but they're currently short 2. Hopefully they've got 2 more. But hey, even if they end up playing too short again, that just goes to show you the commitment of this clan SW. You know, they've played 2 down in this tournament and they're still showing up and making it happen. You know, that says a lot about them.
It does. They will show up. I've seen them fight it out where they've been down by 4 before.
Oh, they are no longer down by 2. Currently needing 1 person.
Okay.
Next hour.
Again, I want to thank all the teams that participated tonight. This has been phenomenal. Everything's been flawless, no problems, and an unbelievably fast process. I mean, there's been little to no downtime in between each match. It's awesome. Speaks a lot about MapFights and the way you guys run things.
Absolutely. We do try to. I mean, for non-tournaments, we let the clans basically handle themselves, and any issues that we let them kind of handle it themselves unless they need to get us involved. For tournaments, we're a little more handsy. Try to make it run smoothly so we can pump out. I mean, what do we do? Close to 20, 30 battles in a matter of what, 3-4 hours?
Yeah, I mean, we're just now a little over 3 hours, so yeah, I mean, we've been banging them out.
Okay, I do have it confirmed that they will be going down, but they are not going down badly this time, at least. They are only going to go down by 1.
Yeah, only down by 1 tank. I mean, it's doable, you know, definitely not ideal, but it's doable, especially if they get lucky on the map draws here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and it's tier 7. So let's launch it up, see what we get. Maybe they'll get lucky again. All right, guys. Good luck to SW on this first match. Let's see what we
Steps
get.
again. Ugh. Gotta love the random map.
But I'll give it this one. At least it's not putting it the same map for the same team. So we do get a chance to at least see how another team would actually play it.
For sure, for sure.
So let's see what we got. We got Super Hellcat, E25, Minuteman, Lioness, Minuteman, TV100, a T20, and a VK3002 again out of a.
Arid put up an arty, okay? So that kind of evens the playing field for SW in terms of, you know, brawling. Obviously, they have to worry about getting shot by arty now, so it's not the same as, you know, being 6-6 or whatever, but still not bad. SW is going to set up the way that I love to set up on this map.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna send their heavies slow and steady down.
Yeah, they don't need to go slow. They need to really get going with it, but they got to be careful because that's a double-edged knife. You got 2 Minutemen that are slow, and you got a T100 up here that is fast with a Lioness. These two guys have to remember they need to stay with those. And realistically, they should probably just be pushing them. Arid's going to take... Okay, so they're not going to take the bait. They're going to play this smart. They're going to leave a guy back. If anything, he's just there to slow people down.
Arid's going to be the first to the cap.
SW's playing smart on the north end, too. Not too aggressive. They're kind of holding back, letting their south end push. They've got time, you know? I mean, a minute 50, they can play this a little good. Or a little slow. And then look, getting resets, and he's unspotted sitting there. He's unspotted, he's farmed him.
Yeah, the Jackal's not on the base. He's actually farming that Jackal that's further back.
Oh, good hits on the 1357. Nice focus fire. Good. Oh, he might go out here. He went out here. Nice. We got a match on our hands. I think SW is getting a little too crazy here. They're pushing in too fast, and I mean, they've got a whole Arid team there.
I don't think they should have did that.
Nice deletion on the Jackal, man. The focus fire out of SW is on point here.
Yep, Arid's kind of abandoning. Yep, Arid is kind of abandoned that arty now.
They're messing up bad though, man. The back end of SW is not pushing. They have one tank that had shots on them, and they're chilling. They got to get going here. They could potentially lose this if they don't push.
Yeah, they do got to push. I mean, you do got the Super Hellcat.
SW just went down a good tank here, man. They lost their T20.
And there comes the Strumpanzer now.
The Super might go out here. He's going to get hit hard probably. Oh, he backed up. He backed up. Oh, man. SW's messing up on that back end. They're taking way too long. Arid's about to take advantage of this and push. They're going to lose their VK up
SW
top. He might get one more shot in here. He did not, but the E25 sat back and did.
Now, if you want, now the VK, what he could do is he could go down. Oh, wait a minute, that one hammer might get bled out here.
Maybe. They're doing a good job. Nice shot. SW is doing good now. They're getting their tanks up from the back end.
And they're getting resets done. That's the big thing.
They did delete the hammer. Now they're going to focus the Super Hellcat. They're doing really good with their focus fire here. I'm really impressed with that. Super's going to maybe... Super's out. Oh. Okay. But look, it's okay. They drew this out long enough. Their back end is finally pushed up. And they've got them all condensed at the cap. And they still have the E25 sitting up here.
Yeah, they do. And they're all they got. Now, what SW cannot do is YOLO in one tank at a time.
Well, they've basically already done that with the Line S. I mean, he's in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minuteman missed his shot.
He did get a reset, though. He did do that, at least. So it's not for naught. So it does give the Minuteman a chance to get up there. And it does give
this guy's missing.
Yeah, now he's missing. But the E25 is rotating back around.
Okay, they got the hammer out. Nice focus fire on the back end still. Okay, they're focusing the Super. Good.
There's the Super. So now it's just a matter of that E25 just slowly bleeding them from the back end. He can come in and delete that Line S, which is he's doing it.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're going to lose the Strum, and now it's just a Minuteman. So SW doing good.
Hey, look.
One down.
They also focused out the right tanks. They didn't get distracted by the Minuteman and RBRTM and shoot them on the move. They took the tanks they knew they needed to delete, and they got them out of the game. SW played very smart. They set that up the exact way that I would. They played really slow on that back end, though. That potentially could have cost them that match. If Arid would have just played a little more aggressive, pushed on those three tanks, deleted them, and then got reset up for the back end push, they would have won that match. So SW played slow on the back end. Could have cost them, but they cleaned it up. Very well played. The focus fire to SW on that match was on point.
The big thing that hurt them, I think, is the fact that the hammer was only able to get one shot off. The light tank for Arid basically got deleted right off the rip. I think he pushed maybe a little too far in.
He did.
That hurt him. I mean, the M12 only firing 4 shots, and he wasn't really useful for him.
No, they did a good job.
Wounded. So they did a good job. I mean, they got the E25 basically forced the Jackal to back off, and they just slowly bled Arid out, and they played that very, very smart.
There's two keys to success for what SW just did. Number one, their guys that went to the cap didn't get overly aggressive, and they stayed alive long enough to do a little bit of damage, bleed them down, kill a few tanks, but most importantly, let their back end guys catch up. The second part is their back end guys got there. They did take a little time. They should have sped that up a little bit, but they did it. They did it good enough. So that was the two key things in that match. That's how you successfully play steps on encounter. GG's to SW and played a tank down at that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all right, they are ready. So let's get our second match and see what we get. Ooh, Prokvorka.
Now this could be interesting. Depending on the tank picks, I don't see them playing. Okay, so they learned their lesson with that last match. They didn't play an Artie. I think they realized that Artie was kind of putting them in a position where their frontline tanks were even numbered. And then you would have to rely on Artie to hit shots, which it's Artie. It usually does. So they didn't play an Artie this time. So that puts SW at a pretty good disadvantage. But no Artie on Proc. It could go either way.
It can. I mean, SW is playing heavy. It's going to matter how they're going to set up for this. They are playing very beefy. So, and it looks like from what I can tell is Arid's running a little bit lighter.
Arid's all going to opt to go down the 7890 line, which isn't a horrible thing, but you're giving up a whole half of the map. Now, SW is also doing the same thing, with the exception they're going to send a guy across to, I'm assuming, backside a hill. He could get deleted. It just depends on how Arid does this. SW is not going to be in a bad position. They could easily come up and take this, get resets on this cap if that's what Arid tries to do. But this light tank probably just spotted their whole team.
Yep, there goes the Strummies going there. Okay, it looks like the Arid, from how they're positioned to go in, it does look like they're going to send a Minuteman. It looks like they're sending a Minuteman uphill. So,
well, now they have
team
knowledge. Their light tank peeked over, and he's got their whole team lit while ago. They know that their whole team's there. They're not playing this bad. The only thing that I'm concerned about is their presence on the hill.
yeah, the Minuteman.
This line S is about to get caught out, man. This line S is in a very bad position. And he got dirt there. I'm not sure. He's just trying to clear buildings or what he's doing. Dreadnought from the hill. Dreadnought from the hill. See, that's what I'm talking about. They do not have a hill presence.
Yeah, that Dreadnought just basically half health their Lioness. The Jackal's just got hit. So, I mean, they're Arid's kind of doing what they did the last time, kind of bunching their whole team around one area.
They've got 5 tanks on the cap. I mean, and they just lost their light tank. They have not pushed over and deleted this line S yet. And now they've got the 2 Minutemen coming in on them. Now the Super Hellcat might be a problem. Dreadnought with another massive hit from the hill. See, that might cost them the game, man.
Yep, and now there comes the reset. So they were down. Now there's another one. They're now up over a minute now.
There's 0 focus fire out of Arid right now. Another huge hit from the hill. The Dreadnought is smoking these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I thought killing that was going to go up that hill. I mean, Arid's got to realize that they're being basically, that Dreddy's up there just able, and the hammer's on fire for Arid.
The E25 rammed him. That was crazy. Dreadnought hit another shot over here.
The Dreadnought basically going hill. That was a smart move, I think, because if he hadn't gone hill.
No, it was a very smart play. Very smart play. This Minuteman was basically out of the game. This guy should have pushed up and got that Dreadnought spotted. I don't know that Dreadnought was ever spotted. Not to mention the fact Arid put an LTG at the back of the 1 line, or the 2 line, I should say, and he really didn't do anything the whole game. I mean, I think he might have had some cross shots in some of these guys. He might have been farming a little bit, but it wasn't enough. SW played that perfectly.
Yeah, they are. This is the thing I'm talking about out of SW. They pull off some interesting things even when playing down.
Well, the key thing is they played the map smart. There's absolutely no reason for Arid to have had 5 tanks on that cap, especially with a Dreadnought on the hill taking shots down at them. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta see what kind of damage a Dreadnought had. 1900 and what did he do? 3 shots, right? From the hill, uncontested.
Oh, about to find out. He fired 6, penned 3 of them, and they were the ones that needed the pen being the resets, because it gave his other team a chance to come over and get the shots on the other tanks. Because watching it, they weren't focused on, when Arid was capping, they weren't focused on shooting one tank. They were focused on hitting each tank on the base to get the most bang for that reset.
Yeah, SW was focus firing there. They were deleting tanks. And when SW came in, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Arid wasn't focus firing at all. Both Minutemen were getting shot. We had tanks pushing the Lioness. We had the Minuteman up on the hill. We had an LTG way out on the 2 line. Arid was just all over the place. They was not focusing, and that really helped SW take the victory there. So they're going to go up 2-0. All they need is one more. SW's playing strong here. All right, so we got one more, maybe. It just depends on what Arid has to do. Arid has to come back and win 3 in a row here.
They do, and they are ready. So we're gonna see what we got here. So let's see what we got. We're gonna launch it up and see what we get out of this map. Sal Bang.
Oh man, this could be crazy. So the encounter here is a little unique because it's out in the open. All right. And both spawns can set up in areas that have overlooks on it. So the cap is, you just got to ignore the cap. You have to ignore the cap. You're going for a kill all here. You have to take powerful positions on the map. You got to take map control and you got to get flanks. That's how you win Cowbang encounter. SW is down a tank, so that's going to put them at the obvious disadvantage.
They are. I'm trying to see here. Okay, we got pretty much the same setup on this side. And we've got pretty much the same tank lineup out of SW. Looks like Arid went a little bit beefier, I think. Can't see what this other tank is out of Arid. Okay, they're still running the 2 lights.
The LTG pick for their light tank is very interesting to me. There's multiple other lights that do better at tier 8. I mean, tier 7.
But yeah, they're pretty much sticking to the same lineup. I mean, but that's pretty much been the staple. The staple for the teams today. They haven't really done a whole lot of changing of tanks per battle.
Okay.
They've kind of,
So
I guess, because they're afraid of what map they'll get. They don't want to change up and then not have that tank available to them.
So something I'm noticing is both teams are going for the power positions. The kicker is Arid has got a TD, an E25 in a position that's going to be hard to deal with. If I was Arid, I would have elected to try to take this position instead of the mid with the 2 lights, because now SW is going to be able to get it, and this is also another crazy spot to have in this map. This is going, oh man, 2 big hits on Lioness. Lioness is out in the open. He's in a very bad spot. He's in a horrible spot. He could go out here. I mean, they're going to have shots on him all the way back down the hill. E25 might get a shot in on him here. Doesn't. Might not have the view range from that far. SW's got to get a little more aggressive on this back end. They got tanks way out of the game over here. They got to get to moving here. You could potentially lose. I mean, a mountain, man. They could potentially lose this Lioness here easily. I mean, that 1357 can come on over on them. And then look, LTG is going to make a play back here for the VK, it looks like.
I mean, I'm looking at it. It's
they got shots on their lights. They're going to lose their light. He's at 4 health. If he gets out of here, that's crazy. Focus fire on the hammer. They got him deleted. Nice. Now they got to get this light out of here. Nice. E25 has opted to bail in that position. I don't know if that was a good play. I don't think I would have bailed like that. LTG's trying to get around on this VK.
I think they should have put the E25 up where Arid's currently got their 2 heavies, because he could have played that and put some shells over easily.
Well, the weird thing
assist.
is the LTG is about to have spot on this lioness. This lioness might go out here. He's getting ready to be in trouble here. And doesn't even know it. Should have known it. He knew that the tank was wrapping around that mountain, but he might go out here. This LTG. Or is the
there it is.
LTG going to ignore it? The LTG
Yeah,
ignored
he's
it.
gonna go after the VK, who's they sent the E25 in after the VK. I'm not sure that's a
I mean,
good
they're trying
call.
to take map control. They'll probably get the VK out here. Yeah, and the VK didn't do any damage. He's going to go out here. So they got that for free. Not a huge problem yet. Oh, but SW has moved. They're getting aggressive on this other side. Now this could be a game changer. Arid is kind of split up over here.
Yeah, that Lioness is probably going to get deleted on the side of Arid here.
Maybe they're
He's-
bouncing on him right now.
Yeah, but he's in the reload right now, so
Minuteman doesn't quite have a shot yet. There you go. Nice. Now you got to filter around and get aggressive here. This Minuteman's going to have a problem with this LTG. He's just going to have to get out of there at this point. You don't need that side anymore. Your whole team's committed out in the middle. Just help them. Yep. They're playing it all right. Both teams doing really good right now. This could go either way.
and the thing I'm noticing with Arid now, they're actually
He lit the Jackal on fire. That's crazy. Super cleaned him up though.
They did clean him up, but they lost losing that Jackal's big though.
This Minuteman. Okay, so they got the super out nice. Now they should be able to wrap around.
Just no, it looked like he got muffed. Yeah, the super Hellcat got muffined. His ammo rack blew up.
Yep.
They ammo racked him.
They're gonna get this Lioness out, but this Lioness might get the no, I thought he was gonna get the E25 out, but he didn't. Well, we're down to one. Yeah, I mean, this might be in the bag for SW, but Arid's got an E25. I mean, yeah, he's 3 health. SW played very well on that push.
Man, they kind of evened it up real quick off the rip, getting rid of one tank, so it became like an even match. And SW is just going to do the smart move. They're going to pretty much play it and keep 2 of their guys on the cap. Let one tank go at 2 tanks go out and find the tanks, and they're just going to say GG.
They got to be careful here. This E25 could get caught out by this LTG right here, but I don't think the LTG even knows. He's going for the cap, which, you know, I mean, 20 seconds, he's kind of got to. Luckily, the Minuteman and the E25 has missed him. He's about to get insta-deleted right here, though. Oh, track. Yep. The Minuteman and E25 are missing the LTG. Oh, Minuteman hit him, I think, there. Yeah, and now you got the E25 over here. He can farm for a minute. Problem is, he's about to die. Oh, E25 v E25. And SW, their counter push on that opposite side of the map was absolutely critical. Remember, I showed y'all at the beginning, if I was Arid, I would have put my lights over there, or at least something over there on their hill, on that mid hill. You got to win that, and it keeps them from pushing around on you like they did. They moved their E25 out. SW pushed in. Arid was split up. They had everybody kind of stationed a little, you know, separate from each other, so there was no. They didn't have the ability to focus fire SW when they pushed, but SW came in with all their tanks at once. They deleted them. Great.
Yeah, they did. And Split Slayer again in the Dreddy, putting in work. 4 kills 24-02. So back-to-back matches, that Dreddy
Yeah, Andretti's nasty.
definitely put work in to give his team the best chance at winning, because that Proc match, if he hadn't gone Hill,
Yep.
Eric probably would have capped.
Prime example of never give up when you're playing short. They showed up, they got it done, man. They played very smart, very smart. I was impressed at what I seen out of SW. They of all the teams today, they seem to have had the best focus fire, and it looked like their communication with each other was on point. I would say that SW would be a team to watch the rest of this tournament.
Yep. I mean, them, if they can get all 10 of their guys next week for the matchup, it's gonna be lit.
Yep, SW is a team to watch. They definitely showed a lot of promise here today. Well, that's all we have, right, Samurai? Next weekend's where we're going to pick back up, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna pick up with USCAN versus SW, and then we're gonna have JYM versus CDN.
Sweet, and then we'll move on into the finals, right?
Yep, the finals will be next week with we'll do the loser bracket of USCAN versus SW and see who will advance to face the loser of the JYM CDN, and then we'll have the grand finals.
Nice, nice. Well, it's been super fun, Samurai. It was nice having you in comms. You put together a great tournament, man. This thing's ran smooth from the get go. All the matches have been entertaining. I'm looking forward to next weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It'd be about the. I'm gonna get with it. I'll get you the times. What time it's gonna start. Get talking with the 4 remaining clans and see what time they want to start the tourney.
I got you. Chat, stay with us. We're gonna raid after the 10-minute delay's up. We'll raid out to somebody that's streaming tanks right now. I really appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all flooded me with a little bit of subs and bits at the beginning. That was dope. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. And we'll catch you next weekend for the next half of the tournament. Shout out to MapFights and all the guys and girls running that over there. Y'all are doing a really good job. And yeah, we'll see you then.
And anybody that is watching Noodle, tune into his streams, man. He is entertaining.
Yep. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and occasionally on Sunday. We're live here on Twitch. You can catch us on YouTube as well. And I'm sure my mods have been dropping some links in the chat. So yeah, appreciate it. Peace.
Peace out.
Like a ticking time bomb, we about to blow. And I wipe out the ops like an obstacle. Line them all up like dominoes, then we watch them all fall like Geronimo. Brain like tanks cause we on a roll, and we got more rounds in a pot of gold. Catch more shells than Galapagos, no safe landings in a war zone, that's real. Got sauce, no tartar, and I drop bars, that's facts. You got a clan behind them, they diabolic, they always got his back. They'll drop a hater cause clutch kings don't tolerate disrespect. I'm too official like a ref whistle, move out, get hit with the tech. My brother Noodle, he number one, he taking over, he blasting off. Y'all clowns ain't going up, y'all stagnant. Y'all vision flawed, I flip the bird like Tony Hawk. We serving shots and it's on the rock. Noodle stream really 1-1. If you hate and use a hoe, like a ticking time bomb, we about to blow. And I wipe out the ops like an obstacle. Line them all up like dominoes, then we watch them all fall like Geronimo. Brain like tanks cause we on a roll, and we got more rounds in a pot of gold. Catch more shells than Galapagos, no safe landings in a war zone, that's real. But please don't make me go and grab that still. Banana clips all on me, but your cap is getting peeled. All your homies phony, they be capping, they ain't real. Yeah, they ain't real.